I wanna stir. I'm setting up like all my stuff because I'm gonna have to do all the 3D modeling from scratch. But how's it going? I'm looking at pictures of Sullivan, so give me 2 seconds. Also, I have my cat in my lap right now. She's being real sweet and cute, so I'm slightly distracted. Meh. It's hard to get reference images of this grandpa, but I have to think of like how to convert it to my dad's model because he doesn't have a mustache or like little glasses. So I think I'll do like little bead eyes and just like a little mouth. Okay, I think I'll just see if I can save this as a still image. And this one. That's a WebP file. Why can't I? Okay. That's also a WebP file. There we go, JPEG image. Hi, Spooky! How's it going? Don't mind me. I'm getting references for my dad's model. So off the bat, I just need to go into my files and my downloads, and I'll grab this one off the bat. It's perfect. Okay, I don't know if I can crop this, but I think I'll just like scoot this like here-ish. This is good enough reference. And then I'll pull up my dad's actual model in another window. I should have it over here. Hold on, where is it? Oh yeah, Spooky, I hope you're doing well. Where? PSDFEX. It's gonna be in here? Should be in this folder, right? Nope. It's the other one. It's under the PSDFBX folder. So, this one? This one. Here we go. Let me just make sure all of this is up. What? Where did the clothes go? What? I might be stupid, but what? 2 seconds. I am trying to figure out what happened because this isn't right. I just wanted it for a point of reference and now I'm confused. That's for... Okay, hold on. This might be the wrong file. Give me a sec. Maybe the A pose. For whatever reason. Okay, A pose has clothes. T pose does not. Don't ask why. I don't know. Okay. That's with all of his textures. I want to remove his support meshes. There we go. And then I'm going to hide his bones. No, that's the wrong thing. Where are his bones? They're here somewhere. Hold on. Object mode. There we go. Okay. I don't know why his pants don't have texture right now, but I'm gonna ignore that. His locator. I'm gonna hold on. There's like that's his jacket. I'm losing my fucking mind. Hold on. Okay, I can do this here now. Don't get banned. I won't get banned because it's not like anatomically correct. It's just a model. But what's up, cat lady? I'm just working on pulling on my dad's model, and then I'm gonna use it for reference to make him a really goofy little model, which he's wanted this whole time, but I didn't know how to do it before, and now I have some idea of how to do it. So this is shirt 1. Where is... This is his body. Where's his other shirt? Where's the other... Where is this... this other shirt? Hold on. Am I stupid? Where is the other shirt? Pants. Jacket. Head. Hair. Gloves. He doesn't wear the gloves, by the way. He doesn't like them. Where's the other shirt? This thing. What is, where is this part of the pants? Shut up. Is in the wash. It is, okay. I have to show you how stupid this is now that I see it. Okay. So we'll drop the shirt and we'll drop the lower part of his jacket. We'll remove the body so you can see clearly. This is his shirt. This is his pants. They are one thing. They are one thing. I will tell you, he never wears this, ever. He doesn't like it. He doesn't think it looks cool. So we'll remove the tank top. There we go. Now it shouldn't be visible. And then I can put the shirt on and his jacket. And he likes the long part of the jacket. It's a unitard! Did it not show up, or did it show up off screen? No, it did show up. It's just, it made no sense because they had both of the shirts on, and my dad only wears this shirt. Also, his is a lot, he has a lot more purple and green. Those are his favorite colors, so he's always had them. But look. I have to show you some of my favorite details of this model because it's so fucking cool. Thank you for the hydrates. I will fucking drown. Thank you, Spooky. So real quick, I wanted to show how much detail this creator put into this model. Okay, can we just... Off the bat, look at this. I want you to know each of these has like special joints to make sure it moves correctly. And it's all like weight painted perfectly. Their models are so detailed. It's crazy. But I wanna see if I can show you like what the mesh is actually like. So if we go to the viewport display and wireframe. Why can't I see the wireframe? Okay, I'm just gonna... It's because I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. Wireframe. So this is what the wireframe actually is, but they have so much more detail in it than just this. It's crazy. Your model ragdolls? Yeah. Whenever you hydrate or throw something at me, my like bones break and I ragdoll a little. Actually, if I go into an environment in my software and like drag my character, I can ragdoll completely, which is even funnier. I'm very amused with this model and their creator. They have so many amazing models. They actually put out another model. I'm dying for the day that they put out a feminine model that isn't the deer, because I think the deer is still a dude, but it's just like one femme model. Just one femme model. I am begging on my hands and knees for one femme model from this creator because, oh my god, I'd kill for that. I'd kill for that. It's like dropping a bucket of water on a real cat. So true. Give us female Shep. Shep? Wait, hold on. What are we talking about? I've lost. I got lost. What do you mean? Also, look at his wings! Dude. Sorry. Don't apologize. I'm dumb. I don't understand everything. I'm just very amazed with the detail of this model. It's so cool. Like from Mass Effect, Fem Shepard. I don't know anything about Mass Effect. In fact, I thought that I forgot that it existed until you just said it. It's a game, and I've never played it, and that's all I have. Everyone thinks Fem Shepard is cooler. Well, now I have to go look it up. Hold on. Fem Shepard Mass Effect. Are you gonna climb on top of my chair? Alright. Here. There you go, baby. Extreme game needs to be Mass Effect. No! Not happening. I see. Hachi's on top of the back of my chair, so. VR chat. What? Hold on. Pause? What? VR chat? What are we talking about? Also, hi PandaPow RT. Meanwhile, in VR chat, there's more variety. No, it's true. So here's the thing. This is a VR chat model, but I've modified a few of the bits and pieces and stuff just so that my dad can use it for VTubing. But this creator is so fucking cool. I want a model from them so bad. Let me go take you to their page. Allow me to show you around to one of my favorite creators. Cause like, dude, what I have is also a VR chat model. That's why I have like such a huge range of things that I can have in VR chat. But like, I'm very picky about the ones that I choose. Let me go. So over here, so you guys can see it. So this is their shop. This is them. Kai Batu 2mm Lab. Kind of hard to spell out every time I have to write it out in my models, but whatever. But their latest model, I have to show you. It's the fucking coolest thing. So it's this giant bird man. I'm just gonna full screen so you guys can see it properly. There's so much detail in each of their models. It's fucking amazing. So I legit would kill for one of these. Dude. They put in so much effort on each of the animations and pieces and everything. That's why I'm like a little bit envious of my dad, because I'm like, I just don't, there's none of these characters that I really, I do well being, which is frustrating, but you know, I have cute models. I have more cute models than any man will have access to. But look at how cool these are. They put so much effort and care into all of these. Ugh! Reason to get even better. Dude. Do you want like a Calor body or something? No. I want one of these. So, here. They have these like, they have an angel one too. So their angel one is completely human, but it's just, they have such a level of detail on all of the features and whatnot. I just really like the detailed style more than the anime style. Don't get me wrong, I love the really cute anime style of models, and it's cool when I have that effect. But I actually follow them on Twitter and Blue Sky as well, and I got to see that originally with their Helltaker model, there was supposed to be a female version as well, and I saw it, and I'm like, I would kill for that model. I would kill so bad. because it was so cool. Actually, let me see if I can go pull it up. It's still anime, but more defined. Yes. There and a lot of times when I go looking for a model like that for VR chat and whatnot, I always end up finding the e-girl ones, and I don't know what it is, but for something in my brain looks at them and is like, it feels uncanny and wrong. So let's go, if I can go find their Twibber, and I'll see if I can pull up the post with their female hell taker. Dude. So there's one of their original posts. Boom! Here it is. So this one. This wasn't like their concept art or anything. So this was just one of their pieces where they were explaining the thing. I hate VR chat models that all look the same with the tattoos, wearing black, especially for guys. Yes! Yeah, the e-boy models! There's so many. And I'm like, there are so many options that look more unique. Why do you all go with the fucking same thing? Like, to some extent, I'm like, okay, that one's kind of cool. You have some features that are unique. But so often, it's like the exact same thing, and it makes me so mad. I'm like, no, try something new. Then again, those are free. They're free? Oh, like you find them in the worlds and whatnot. That's true. I don't know, man. It doesn't even cost that much to just have something that's better, especially if you're somebody who spends that much time on VR chat. Tons of, like, there's so many options. But like, I gotta put up with it at some point. Because I can't blame people, because I upload tons of models for myself. I've modified and uploaded so many models just for fun, because I'm like, I really want to try this. It looks so cool. But like, so cool. Sorry, I'm just looking over their sketches. I'm like, I think there was another one that, there we go. This was another version where they actually fleshed out the idea of the female hell taker, and I'm like, please! Please! Yeah, if it's a personalized model, you gotta spend, but I'm sure half of the users don't want to spend. That's so odd to me. Because, like, I think I spent, like, $60 on my first model that I bought. I can't remember. Hold on, let me go. I gotta go look. Now I gotta go remember how much it cost. If I go to my purchases, I'll find it. So the first one I bought, oh, that's right, this was the first one. So if I go to the first one I bought, yeah, I spent like $60 on it, which, like, not bad in all things. I really love that model, and I didn't even end up using it because I showed it to somebody I was close to at the time, and they referred to it as a cat lolly, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll just die then. And so I had to, like, go find another model. I'm like, all right, I don't want to be that person, so I'm gonna leave. Never got over it. It makes me mad because I spent money on that model, and I really, really loved it. It was my fave. And then the second one I bought, I think, was, like, yeah, the same amount. Like, I spent money on these models, but, like, even then, I used them a ton, and they're worth it. It's not a lolly if it has big breasts or something. No, it's, I'll show you. So, let me go to the model page so that you guys can see it. I'll pull up the full image. This one. This is the model. This is the one that I bought. And they're like, oh, it's a cat lolly. And I'm like, okay. But, like, frustrating. Because it's so cute. And I was like, that's really what I wanted. I wanted something cute and sweet and fun. And then he had to go and fucking ruin it for me, because of course he did. I think it's just the outfit that makes him think that. Well, I would say that, but I ended up showing the same person a picture of myself, and he called me a real life lolly. And I'm dead now. I stopped talking to that person real fast. I'm like, okay, you use that word too much. We're not friends. I'll never get over it. It made me crazy mad. I don't even know how to explain, like, where they pulled that from. I'm like, just because I'm short or something? What do you mean? I was so fucking mad. Pain for real. And the model is breast. True. But by technicality, people keep changing the fucking definition of lolly, and I very much still think that it's like, you know, a fucking, basically like a child character. Like, it's the little itty bitty character that looks like basically a fucking little girl. And like, that's what I see it as. And then like, some dudes online are like, no, it's actually just a woman who's petite. And I'm like, I hate you. Fuck you. So fucking annoying. I'm like, we know what it is. You can't just say like, nuh-uh, it's not that, because I said it's not. Sorry. I'm really aggressive about it for kind of no reason. I don't really have a real reason to be mad about it. But I am. Also, I'm planning on watching a spoopy video while doing all of this. Either way, my dad has specifically requested a model that looks like Eggy Sullivan. Hi there. Are you trying to get inside my chair? No. Come here. So yeah, this is what my dad wants. An egg. Yes. My dad wants one of these. And you know what? That's valid. I just have to figure out how to make that translate from this one. I have to translate this to this. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do it yet. I can close this for now, though. So that should clear up a little space. And I could just... because this one's just a point of reference. I just want to look at this so I can think of, like, okay, it's going to be Humpty Dumpty. Low-key, he could, but I have faith in him. There we go, head. I just need to open his mouth. So the thing I think I want to do is I want to give him a little mouth, but like with the teeth at the corners. Like the skin teeth thingies. I can't remember what they're called. Let's go mouth. If I just use... sorry. I have to scoot around because I have my desk there. I just want slightly more idea here. So if we add a UV sphere. Gonna take a bath, possibly take your cousin to school? No worries. Thanks for joining, though. Much appreciated. Lurking? No worries. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy the rest of your day. Eat a lot, sleep a lot, drink a lot, and rest well. I'm gonna see. Alright, so we're gonna take this in edit mode and just gonna say about here, I guess. I'm gonna press play on the video, by the way, so I'm gonna make sure it's not too loud. Okay, cool. Okay, and I'm gonna make it a little more transparent.
From the street. Here is my car. This is a 2-bedroom brick ranch, conveniently located.
It's the final day of February 2008. A 47-year-old man living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, named George Sedini.
Oh, I forgot I pressed the button.
His very first video to YouTube under the channel
Whoops.
MOS
GC.
I paid $79,000 for this in 1996. That's considered a lot.
That's considered a lot.
The upload, titled How George Pittsburgh Lives, was
Okay.
almost like an old-school
Egg
house
shape.
tour of sorts, as
Egg
George proudly
shape. I
displays
think
the
I
outside of
actually...
his
Hold
home
on.
before then doing the same inside.
Open it up.
Add
Oh, someone left it unlocked.
a
That's not good.
UV sphere.
Inside.
I'm gonna
Pan to the other
put this
side.
here for now.
Seemingly making a point of mentioning every minute feature in the otherwise dim and empty home.
Here's my big screen TV. It's my computer, couch and chair. They match. Dining room set.
I'm gonna
shoebox full of old
turn it
pictures.
down.
To anyone who may have stumbled upon this strange video or Sedini's channel in general back in 2008,
12.
it would likely come off as entirely uninteresting and far from anything disturbing. However, to those who find it today, this could
Okay.
be more different, as the account
This
carries
makes
with
sense,
it
I
a
think.
layer of disturbing context
Okay,
due to the
and
events
then
that transpired after
edit
this
mode,
first video was published.
GZ.
Events that have since transformed the MOS
So-
B46 PGH page into one of YouTube's
GZ.
darkest channels.
Please meet every woman's dream.
Okay. So then... Actually, hold on. GZ. A little bit taller. There we go. Sorry. This is a little eggier.
I'm sure most of you guys have heard about the TikTok
Oh, yeah.
channel at this
Wait.
point. And honestly, there's something about it that's been bothering me. You or I could do a simple
Okay.
Google search and in the matter
Delete
of seconds find countless different
vertices,
data broker websites
and
where you
then
can buy pretty much anyone's
I
personal
want
data
to
for just a few
do-
bucks. And not only can anyone do that, but it's also perfectly legal. If you watched
Perfectly
the news
legal.
last year, you were bound to see countless different big companies with terrible security getting
generate
hacked and having their data leaked. But as much as those
mirror.
companies claimed to be the victims, it
There
was
we go.
your data that was
That's
leaked
what I
into the
wanted.
dark web.
That
Data
way
like
I'll
your
be able to
phone number,
continue
your
working
email,
on
your
this
home
without
address, and
worrying
your
about it.
social security.
So,
So if the government can ban TikTok over data privacy issues, then why aren't they doing more to protect us
Object.
from these shady practices that are actually
Okay.
affecting our day-to-day lives? The reality is it's on us to take care of our own safety. And that's why I
So-
use Aura, today's sponsor. They identify these data brokers that sell my info
I
online
wanna
and submit opt-out
kinda
requests
line
on
it
my
up
behalf,
to
as well as
some
keeping an eye on the dark
extent.
web for me.
It's
sending
not
me
gonna
alerts if
it's
they
not gonna
find out
match
my
up
personal
too well,
information
but
has been
I'm gonna
exposed. They'll even
try.
immediately give you a heads up if someone tries to
Let me
use
take
your
a look
data
if
to
I
access your
have
credit or bank
another
accounts. That
good
kind of proactive
reference.
protection is literally priceless nowadays. So
Okay,
if you're ready to take
this
control
one
of your
seems like
online
another
safety,
good
go to my
reference.
link at aura.com/nickcrowley to get your first 14 days completely free, which will give Aura more than enough time to see if any of your personal information is floating around out there on the web. Don't wait until
I
it's
just
too late.
want like
Protect
a
yourself today.
little point of reference. So, R
Little hallway, 2 bedrooms.
about
2
here-ish.
bedrooms.
G
To the right is
S.
my bedroom.
Without any context, it's hard to know what the purpose of George Sedini's first video
G.
was, if it even had one at all. The entire thing just felt so
Okay,
random.
okay.
But within the footage
I
itself
think
was
that's a
one clue that
decent
hints at the fact that
reference.
George actually had a very specific
Okay.
reason for uploading
Edit
this,
mode.
with that clue coming in the form of a book on his
So
coffee
I'd
table.
say we can
Okay, come over
do
here. There's some reading material that we're all familiar with.
one.
It was called How to Date Young Women
subdivision
for Men Over
surface.
35, which was about as creepy as it sounded.
All right.
First guest today is a 51-year-old bachelor who says if you're a single
So let's
woman
go
over
take,
30, you're a dating has-been. Please meet every woman's dream, Don Steele.
Boom. There we go. I just want a point of reference that allows me to
Its author,
see.
Don Steele, had made a living as a dating
Okay,
counselor and
yeah.
life coach,
So
creating
I'm
various
actually
books
going
and programs
to-
that were geared towards socially awkward men, exploiting them with the promise that someday they'll be able to get the younger girl of their dreams, even after they reached middle adulthood, and all that they had to do was pay for his course,
Can
pay for the
I?
book,
Oh, I
and
can't
dedicate
apply it because it's
themselves
not
to
at the top.
becoming more
I'm gonna remove
desirable.
this.
And George
and then I'm
Sedini
gonna
was
apply-
the perfect target. Despite having a
Object
successful
mode,
career
then
as a
I
systems
apply?
analyst at a law
Okay, there we
firm,
go.
he
I
struggled
applied
to
this one. I
maintain
think
any
that's good.
relationships
And then
with
I'll
the women
add the
that he
mirror
met.
modifier.
It had been well over a decade since he last had a
Modifier.
girlfriend,
Choose it.
and despite desperately
And
wanting
then
one,
edit
George just
mode.
seemed to lack the ability to connect with women on
There we
any
go.
level, even as just friends.
This seems to
And
make
as
more
his
sense.
isolation began to
We
grow,
have an egg.
so too did his obsession with finding a girlfriend.
So
George had nearly given up these pursuits too, until he was introduced to Don Steele's course, viewing the
legs.
program as his last real shot at human connection.
I think
obsessively
so.
reading the book to the point that he was supposedly able to recite passages by memory.
If I were to
alone.
put
On top
the
of this, he would
leg
also attend many
somewhere,
of this supposed guru's in-person seminars, with some of his visits even being captured on camera and later posted
Can I take
onto
this
Don Steele's
empty-
YouTube channel.
It used to be
Object
down here.
mode,
It's called a cod piece,
empty.
and it's gradually over the years moved up here.
Can I?
So it's red like an erect you-know-what.
I want to make.
And it was
What?
in these courses
Uh,
where
I'm-
George was subjected
wasn't paying attention. What did this man just say? Taking it back. Give me a minute.
He struggled to maintain any relationships with the women that he met. It had been well over a decade since he last had a girlfriend, and despite desperately wanting one, George just seemed to lack the ability to connect with women on any level, even as just friends. And as his isolation began to grow, so too did his obsession with finding a girlfriend. George had nearly given up these pursuits too, until he was introduced to Don Steele's course, viewing the program as his last real shot at human connection, obsessively reading the book to the point that he was supposedly able to recite passages by memory alone. On top of this, he would also attend many of this supposed guru's in-person seminars, with some of his visits even being captured on camera and later posted on Don Steele's YouTube channel.
It used to be down here. It was called a codpiece, and it's gradually over the years moved up here. So it's read like an erect you-know-what.
And it was in these courses where George was subjected to all sorts of bizarre and unsettling ideology.
Turn around here, look at me, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to do today more than anything else. We're going to do this.
Sorry, this man's nonsense is like...
Nice guy must die.
But despite agreeing with this man wholeheartedly and following all of his work, George was still making very little progress, which was evident by the footage of him attending the seminar,
I want to see
as he appears incredibly nervous and
if
kept
I were
mainly
to
to
take
himself.
a side.
So, recognizing that George had much to improve
It seems
on,
it goes up
by one of his
to
instructors.
here.
He was told
His
to film a
leg
video
starts
of his
there,
house, so that the instructors and everyone else in the class could see if he was really making
goes
himself
to
and his
here.
environment desirable enough to any woman who might come over.
My bad.
The couch and chair, they match.
There we go. There we go.
The woman will really be impressed.
Okay.
Knowing
So,
this, the footage feels so
if
much
I were to take it
lonelier,
from
as it
the
was almost like he was trying
side,
to
then
sell his way of living as being good enough for a
I
partner that he
think
was really no closer to finding. There's something so depressing about it. And this wasn't his only video.
all of this,
It is easy for me to
I'm going to
hide
select it
from my
individually
emotions
because
for
I think
one
it'll
more
be
day. Take a long
simpler.
drive in the car,
I
listen
could be
to some
wrong, though.
music, daydream, or just do some mundane task around the house that really doesn't need to be done, that's not too important. And there you go, one more day. And one more day turns into one more year.
If
Months
I
later, on June 23rd, 2008, George would return with an upload he had filmed inside
delete
his basement.
these
and in it, we
vertices,
get more insight on just how severe his isolation had become, though he still held on to a sliver of
Actually,
optimism thanks to
Rosie,
Don Steele's course.
I want to go to object mode,
Now,
and I want
RDS says
to...
that I have approximately maybe 15 more years
I just
be
want to have that
successful
as a
at this.
backup in case I really fuck this
And
up.
when I heard that,
Okay,
I
edit
wanted
mode.
to continue immediately to start moving on this. I didn't realize I had that much time. So what my objective is
I want to
be
actually
real and to learn to be emotional and to
go...
to be able to emotionally connect with people.
Before he eventually reverts back to talking about his uncanny desire to find a younger woman.
Because when I'm 10 to 20 years older than she is, you know, she has to feel good about this thing.
Okay, okay.
Ending the
Hold
video
on.
with hints of an uncertain future.
I'm going to post this and see what comes back.
He would never upload again. And soon after, it appears
Just
George gave up trying,
Gonna
essentially
remove
accepting his life
these,
of
and then I'll
loneliness.
delete
But while
what's
this would be the last
here.
video made
Delete
to his
these
channel,
vertices.
he wouldn't leave the internet entirely.
Okay.
Soon after this final video was posted, a website was launched called GeorgeSedini.com, which served as a place for George to blog about his emotions. And while something like this could have been beneficial for him, this website would instead only serve
now
to
delete.
capture
I
his
think...
descent into madness.
Yeah, that seems to
An
make more
immediate red
sense.
flag was raised
And then I
by
want
the
to
very
see...
first text you see on the website, as George wrote, "Why do this? To young
Loop
girls?
tools,
Just read
tools,
below. I kept a running log that includes
circle.
my thoughts and actions after I saw this
Actually,
project
is
was going to drag on."
it?
With the line serving as some sort of bizarre disclaimer,
Relax.
though with no other context, George's entries began.
Relax.
December 22nd, 2008. Time is moving along.
Okay,
Time to have
okay.
this done already. I will just keep a running log here as time passes. Many
Nope.
of the young girls here look so beautiful as to not be
Easy.
human, very edible. After joining this gym, started lifting weights.
I
and
just
liking.
want...
This early post encapsulates
Easy.
what this blog would be focused on. Young women he would see throughout the day, his time at the gym,
S.
and his
Ooh.
plan.
Nope, not
This
that,
plan
not
was
that,
never
not that.
expressly stated on the website,
There.
but it was something he
S.
obsessed over, mentioning it in every single one of his posts, and dubbing it the exit plan, even going as far
Alt.
as to provide a date and time for it,
S.
January 6th, 2009, at 8:15 p.m.
G...
Before this day would come,
Y?
however,
No,
he would provide
GX.
further insight into just how lonely he was. Moving into Christmas again.
Alt.
Last Christmas with Pam was in 1983. Who knows why? I'm not ugly or too weird. No
SZ.
sex since January 1990 either. I was 29. No shit. Over 18 years ago. I actually
And then
look good.
Alt.
I dress good. I'm clean shaven, bathe, touch of cologne.
SZ.
Yet 30 million women reject me. Over an 18 or 25 year period. That's how I see it. 30 million is my rough guesstimate of how many desirable single women there are. With several other posts of the same nature, the
Interesting.
day eventually came for his big exit plan, January 6th, with George writing one message that afternoon.
This man's
"I
fucking
can do
deranged.
This log is not detailed. It is only
Alright.
for confidence to do this. The future holds even less than what I have today. It is 6:40
Easy.
p.m., about an hour and a half to go. God have mercy. I wish life could have been better for all, and the crazy world can somehow run smoother. I wish I had answers. Bye."
G.
Despite this appearing to be his final post,
X.
George Sidini wasn't quite finished, as he would come back only hours later,
Okay.
writing simply, "It's 8:45 p.m.
Alt.
I chickened out. Shit. I brought the loaded guns. Everything." Whatever George Sidini had been planning
G.
that day, it was clear that his exit plan was something incredibly disturbing. And based on his use of guns,
Alt.
plural, it was likely not just an
S.
exit plan for himself. But thankfully, he didn't go through with it. In
G.
fact, he seemed to have
X.
dropped the plan entirely, as months would go by without any update to his blog. Though this wouldn't last, as in April of
Alt.
2009, he began posting yet again, with these entries being even more disturbing.
G.
July 23rd, 2009.
Actually, no. S.
Wow, I just looked out my front window and saw a beautiful college-age girl leave Bob's house across the
GZ.
street. I guess he got a good lay today.
Nope.
College girls are
Easy.
hoes.
Sorry.
I masturbate frequently. He is about 45 years old. She was long-haired, hot little
S.
hottie with a beautiful bod. I masturbate frequently.
What?
The strangest part
Sorry.
of this entire website was, according to those he
I get
worked
thrown
with
off
and
when
the
I
neighbors,
like zone
they all
back in
thought
for just a
George was
split
normal.
second.
A little off, sure, but it appeared that these disturbing thoughts and plans were kept solely in his blog
Okay.
and solely in his mind.
Come on up. Come on up.
But on July 28th, 2009, this would all change. George had boarded a Port Authority bus that day
Alright,
and took a seat,
Alt.
carrying with him some sort of duffel bag.
S.
And as the ride commenced, he unzipped the bag and
No.
began to fiddle with something
SZ.
inside of it. An anonymous man sitting
If I
next
make
to
it
him noticed
perfectly
this
flat,
and
I just
curiously
don't think
leaned
it's
over to
gonna
see
go
what he was
right.
doing.
So
In George
this
Sidini's
seems
hand was
good
what
for
appeared to be
now, but I still
grenade.
want.
The stunned passenger ran off at the
G.
next stop and immediately
X.
alerted the police. But bizarrely, nothing actually came of this. No explosions happened that day. And upon
S.
police eventually
Z.
tracking down Sidini 2 days later, he was searched, but there was no sign of this
S.
supposed grenade. And the man who had reported this incident was unable to
G.
positively identify him.
X.
And so, George
Hi.
was released, allowing him to continue on with his day, and to continue on with his posting. August 3rd, 2009. I took off today, Monday, and tomorrow to practice my routine and make sure it was well polished. I need to work out every detail. There is only one shot. Also, I need to be completely
Alright, put
immersed
your
into
tail down.
something before I can be successful. I haven't had a drink since Friday at about 2:30.
Okay.
Total effort needed. Tomorrow is the big
So if I
day.
put it right
Last time I tried this in January, I chickened out. Let's see how this new
here.
approach works. Maybe soon I will see God. and people.
Hachi.
This was
Alright.
the final update made to GeorgeSidini.com,
I-
and unlike his previous
Okay,
attempt
okay,
at
okay.
carrying out this exit plan, this time
Hachi.
he didn't back out.
Sit down.
On
Yes.
August 4th, 2009, George Sidini would enter an LA Fitness in Bridgeville,
Okay.
Pennsylvania, and walk directly into a
Circle.
women's aerobics class with a duffel bag in his hand. He then dropped his bag on the floor with a loud bang
Circle.
before he closed the door and shut off all the lights. In a moment of darkness
Circle.
and
I should have done
confusion,
this first.
one witness recalled that she felt the presence of someone who didn't belong there. Before total panic would ensue,
Okay, no, off
everyone
the
was just
desk.
screaming so loud. At first, I didn't even think shots were being fired.
Fucking hell.
It was so surreal. At that moment, George Sidini had brandished 2 guns from his bag and opened fire on the group of 30, all of whom were women, which
Now
was
why is
entirely
it doing
the
that?
point.
Oh.
In that dark, cramped room,
There's an open
George would
gap.
discharge
Hold
his
on, hold
weapon
on, I made a
52
mistake.
times, striking 12 different women and then himself. Of the injured, 49-year-old Elizabeth Gannon,
Easy.
38-year-old Jody Billingsley, and 46-year-old Heidi Overmeyer
Easy.
would tragically lose their lives, while the others were
Easy.
left with permanent injuries, both physical and mental.
Easy.
It wasn't hard to find a motive. George had spelled it out
Okay.
right there in his blog. He desired women so much that his inability to
Control.
ever gain a real connection with any of them turned his
Face.
infatuation into pure hatred.
Control.
And this is how he wanted to make them pay.
Face.
And the ironic part is that this was all so avoidable,
Control.
as these plans were heavily implied on his
Face.
website, which had been publicly available online
Control.
for roughly an entire year. Yet no one cared
Face.
enough about him to ever look.
And then
It is easy for me to hide
Control.
from my emotions for one more day.
Face.
Knowing what we know now, George's channel is
Control.
highly disturbing, as it shows us a glimpse into a
Base.
mind on the verge of completely snapping in a last gasp attempt at achieving normalcy
Base.
by a person who would go on to
Control.
become a monster when he didn't
Oh,
get
wait.
what he wanted.
Control.
Just everything I need.
Face.
Well, that about sums it up.
Hi guys,
Okay.
I am with Lewis,
And then Alt.
just having a little drink.
Loop tools. Circle.
Mark Williams always dreamed of being a YouTuber.
Circle.
He had grown up watching parkour content on the site, becoming attached to both its many talented creators and the hobby itself, eventually
Circle.
becoming so inspired by it that he launched his own channel in 2019 at the age
And
of just
circle.
15, with Mark hoping that someday this channel would
There we
make
go.
that dream of his come
Finally.
true.
Okay.
The page went by many names over the years, but eventually Mark would
So
settle on the
then
moniker
from
Displays.
here,
And depending on who
I
you
want
ask, his
this
videos were
one
either
to
extremely
be
impressive
skinnier. So
or
I'm gonna go
extremely irresponsible. They
SY.
showed scenes of Mark high atop buildings, jumping rooftop to rooftop, climbing on massive abandoned cranes, and
Okay.
fleeing from security guards and the cops on more than a few occasions.
Alright.
Then, won't I?
Hold on.
Often seen with
If I
him
turn
was
that
his
off.
younger
Okay.
brother, who he had
Looks
grown
normal
incredibly
again.
close with, which was
So
due in part
I'm
to the fact that
gonna
Mark was somewhat of a loner and didn't have many friends in his own personal
C.
life. Though according to his mother, this wasn't necessarily by choice, as she
G's
explained
just
that he
fine.
did desperately want friendship, and he was incredibly caring. He just had a habit of making the wrong friends, describing Mark as
Okay.
trusting
And then
to
I
a fault.
wanna see if I can maybe
Mark's longing
relax
for
that.
camaraderie
Or no,
became
I
especially
can't because it's
apparent not long
smooth.
after the launch of Displays,
Just
as his brother
wonky.
slowly began appearing less and less in his videos, forcing him to do these free runs by
So
himself,
curl,
which he implied was
flatten,
something he didn't enjoy nearly
G-stretch.
as much.
My
Lock.
brother, who was part of the channel, Ben, he's
I
not
see.
now. I don't think he's coming back at all.
Okay.
He ditched me, leaving me by myself, and I've got a problem with talking to myself as well.
This, coupled with the fact that he was
Gotcha.
dealing with the tribulations of growing up, led to his uploads on the
So
channel becoming
then
more and more
Alt.
sporadic, as he would often go dark for a few months, only to
Easy.
return with the promise of more consistent uploads.
Alright guys, don't know if you can see me or not, but I promise you this
And then-
back.
That often
Okay,
never
okay.
came. It was clear that he still longed to be a YouTuber. He just needed some sort of a spark. And sure enough, at the end of 2020, he would find one right in his own comment section.
G.
In a since deleted video, Mark would receive a comment
X.
from a man named Lewis Ashdown, who explained that he was a
I know
big
it's
fan
really
of Mark's
silly and
content
goofy
and that
looking,
he would
but
love to join him in an upcoming video, as they both just
it's my
so
best
happened
bet.
to live in Uckfield.
Alt.
It was exactly what Mark had been needing,
Relax.
a friend. And not only a friend, but a friend he could make videos with. And so
Alt.
that's exactly what he
Okay.
would do.
Relax
Hi guys,
once
I'm back
more.
here with Lewis,
One more time.
and we're going to do the water treatment
There we go.
facility
Okay.
in Uckfield on the industrial estate.
And then
See
I'm
you in
gonna
a sec,
go.
guys.
From their first meeting on,
Easy.
Lewis became a core part of the Displaced channel, leading to the two growing closer by the day, with Mark speaking
I'm
about
actually
this bond
gonna-
on a live stream in March of 2021.
If you're going exploring at an abandoned pub, yeah, keep
no.
your mate with you.
SZ.
Make sure he's someone you can trust, you know, and be careful is all I can say. Because
And
in
then
the video where me
easy.
and Lewis climbed the college, you know, I was constantly looking out for him because he did get dangerously close to some of the edges, but you know,
Okay,
that's
and
what life's about, isn't it?
then
But despite finding his new parkour partner, Mark still had other issues getting in the way of his uploads, as he was now 18 years old and was facing the reality of having to get a job, forcing him to put his channel on the back burner. Mark
it's goofy
discussed
looking
his
right now,
struggle and
but
the many
that's
others he
kind of
was
the
facing
point,
at the
so
time
it's
in
fine.
that same March live
I'm gonna
stream,
leave the
with his
bottom of
tone
the
about
foot
Displace's future
open
sounding
until
less
I
than optimistic.
decide how I'm gonna
I've been
close
doing
it.
some talking with Lewis, seeming like he
So
wants
if
to
we
get back into
do
climbing and stuff. I haven't
arms,
actually done it since Christmas, and I've got a bad back.
face comes
so
down
it's been
around
getting
about
worse,
here,
worse
so I
lately.
think
Don't know why. I need to go to the hospital and have myself checked out. I am not sure where my channel is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to keep
Yeah.
doing these videos. I don't know if I'm going to be doing
So-
different videos, or whether I'm going to stop completely.
But unlike other
Then
times
in
when
that
he had
case, I'm
gotten
gonna
down on his
delete
channel,
this vertice.
time he wasn't alone, and his
And
friend
then-
Lewis was there to have his back, as he pushed Mark to continue his work, even
Circle.
showing up in the comments of this live stream under the name Moral Unknown.
Okay,
where
okay,
he
okay.
went as far as to offer
And
up a
then
potential location that they could film their next
EX.
video in order to get Mark re-inspired. Will do Buxted Hotel first video back?
S
And sure enough, just days later, the two would arrive at Buxted Hotel to begin filming yet another video.
EX.
Hi guys, I am with Lewis. Just
S.
having a little drink.
This would be
Oh.
their last on the Displaced
Baby food
channel,
time.
as not even 2 months after it was uploaded, both Mark Williams and Lewis Ashdown would vanish without a trace.
Without a trace. Sorry. I shouldn't be, like, poking at this video.
It was the
I
waning
like this
hours
video.
of Saturday, May 29th, 2021. Mark met Lewis at the Maresfield Recreation Ground to have a
Easy.
few drinks and discuss
Nope,
their next potential
EX,
video.
my bad.
Though once there, it was the drinks that took priority, and very quickly Mark had become intoxicated, leading to him calling his house to tell his aunt, who he had been living with, that he would be heading back now. On the call, his aunt could tell that he was drunk, but Lewis chimed in to assure her not to worry, telling her, "I'll get him home safe," which made his aunt feel slightly better. After all, it was only a short few-minute walk back to the house anyway. Instead, 12 hours would pass, and Mark still hadn't made it back, while Lewis himself also failed to arrive home. At some point during their short walk back, both boys had disappeared. They were reported as missing the very next morning, and the area they were last in was combed thoroughly, though very little was uncovered. Around them had been large pockets of forest and murky bodies of water, leading to some questioning if perhaps the boys had gotten lost, or even had fallen into the water. Though regardless of the theories, as a full 24 hours passed, many began to fear the worst, until something strange happened. Reports began pouring in from witnesses claiming to have seen Lewis. Some thought they saw him leaving a local pub the morning after he supposedly had gone missing,
I made a mistake.
while others had seen him at a local movie theater, seemingly completely unaware that the whole town was looking for him. These sightings introduced the possibility that the boys were perhaps runaways, causing several pleas to be made throughout the press, begging them to come back home. But it would be the police who would find Lewis first, tracking him down at his friend named Liam Hansen's house. There, the cops fired off a barrage of questions, as they not only tried to get answers as to where the boys had been, but more importantly,
I don't really know how I'm
going
gonna go about hands, but I'm thinking right now we're just gonna stick with the weird, funky little hands Grandpa has.
And even now, after searching this friend's home, Mark wasn't there either.
So
where had Mark Williams gone? Well, Lewis himself offered very little, outright refusing to speak on the boys' whereabouts. But his friend Liam wasn't so quiet, as when he was questioned separately, he claimed to know exactly what had happened on the night of May 29th, 2021, the day in which both boys had disappeared. And he knew because Lewis had told him.
And then,
according to the boy, the night that Lewis and Mark had met at the park, Lewis poured a cocktail for his friend, and then another, each one stronger than the last, causing Mark to become drunk almost immediately. Realizing he was drinking too much, Mark told Lewis that he had enough. Lewis persisted, outright demanding that he keep drinking, leading to Mark begging Lewis to let him stop. At one point, Mark's pleas finally caused Lewis to back off, as the boy instead agreed to make him a non-alcoholic drink, only for him to fill the cup with even more liquor when Mark wasn't looking. By 11:30, Mark could barely stand, prompting him to make that phone call to his aunt, letting her know that he would be back soon. Meanwhile, Lewis had been so preoccupied with getting his friend drunk that he was still fairly sober at this point, and in his sober state, he promised Mark's aunt that he would get him home safe. Seconds after that phone call ended, Mark hunched over to vomit, which is precisely when Lewis pulled a large kitchen knife from his pocket and plunged it directly into Mark's back. Mark stumbled and asked Lewis to call him an ambulance, being unable to comprehend what had just happened. To which Lewis responded by laughing, before doing it again, and again, and again. This is what Lewis had told Liam in the days after the alleged attack, but as Liam recounted the story to the police, he made it clear that this wasn't just a tall tale, as he had actually seen it for himself. When Lewis had told him the story, he pulled out his phone and put it up to Liam's face, revealing that he had filmed the entire ordeal.
There we go.
Sure enough,
there we go.
When police searched Lewis's devices, they would find
face
that footage,
this, but I want to add a
far worse than they
split
ever could
right
imagine.
here.
On Lewis Ashdown's cell phone were 7 total videos depicting the attack, with the footage spanning nearly an hour in total.
There we go. That
during
one.
which Mark had been stabbed
And then
107 times, on top of having a number of other sadistic things done to him. And all the while, it was
back
said
over
that
here.
Lewis was giggling maniacally. When asked about what he had seen in those recordings, Liam provided further detail on just how awful the attack was, recounting that he ripped Mark's eyes out. Proper psychotic stuff. I was going into shock. I was shocked how he came out with it. I wanted to run and tell someone. This was clearly not a normal crime. It displayed a level of evil and hatred that goes past human comprehension, and due to its brutality, police assumed that surely something must have happened between these two to breed so much hatred inside of Lewis. But according to Lewis, this wasn't actually the case. Instead, he stated that he had simply found Mark to be annoying, and that he had been wanting to kill him for some time because of this, and had just been waiting for the right moment. Plus, he always wanted to know what it was like to kill someone. And that was it. That was his entire motive. Lewis Ashdown would be arrested the day he was found
Face.
and later sentenced to life in prison, with parole eligibility in 25 years.
There we go.
While Mark's body was found dumped in a nearby body of water, and eventually given a
And
proper
then
burial.
alt on this
Hi guys, I'm
GY.
back here with Lewis, and we're going to do the water treatment facility.
With this context, Mark's channel is utterly devastating. All he wanted was a friend to film videos with.
There
But
we
sure
go.
enough, as his mother had warned, he was trusting to
And
a fault.
then
If you're going exploring at an abandoned pub, yeah, keep your mate with you. Make sure he's someone you can trust, and be careful.
Which
SC.
brings us to a disturbing revelation. Just months before he would kill Mark, Lewis was the one that encouraged him to get back out there and
SX.
film with him. And based on his testimony that he had been wanting to kill Mark for a long time, it makes it very clear that he was doing this not to be a good friend, but to get Mark alone
Okay,
in an isolated
and,
spot so that he could carry out his plan. And adding more weight to this theory, when they visited the Buxted Hotel, which Lewis himself had
G.
suggested during the live stream, Mark was uncharacteristically drunk.
Hi guys,
And then
I am
alt
with Lewis.
G.
Having a
Meow.
drink. Okay, so we'll smash this after we.
Alright,
smash
and then
these.
Which
E.
was never really part of his channel before that upload. And Lewis
Alt.
was uncharacteristically
E.
nervous.
We're going to do a couple more bangers. Can't tell you what they are in case
S.
anyone's watching that shouldn't be watching.
And then
Well, no, I mean watching the video because I thought,
E.
yeah, I know that the police do watch my channel sometimes.
Paranoid
Control.
even of being caught by the cops, despite being totally
F.
unfazed in previous videos, where in some he was literally being chased by security
Control.
guards. And coincidentally, by the end of this
F.
video, we get an indication as to why Lewis was so nervous.
Control. F. And last one.
Because he had been carrying a
What's
knife.
up?
All this leads me to
Hi
believe
there.
that night,
All
Lewis pushed
right.
Mark to film a video in an abandoned location, then got him
G.
drunk, and was going to carry through with the murder,
X.
before eventually backing out for unknown
There we
reasons.
go. There we go.
And all the while, Mark was completely unaware, never once
And
suspecting that the man
then
he had been
we'll
filming with had secretly been plotting to kill him,
face.
and one day would actually go through with it.
Okay, I'll
Hi.
wrap this now then, guys. Yeah, I'll see ya.
Alright, and I wanna circle.
Well, this should be quite amusing. Enjoy.
Hi. Sorry, baby's begging for attention right now.
Joshua Brown started his YouTube channel back in 2010,
Alright,
a time when
and
many
then-
individuals, including himself, used the site to upload random videos offering momentary glimpses into their lives. Joshua was
And
in his
then-
mid-30s at the time and had recently finished serving in
Hi.
the Navy, before eventually settling down in Canton, Ohio, where he focused on his many
Hi.
passions. He loved driving.
Tail
he
out of my
loved
face.
technology,
Thank
he
you.
loved a little bit of
Lay your
fusion,
butt down.
And soon he became
Lay your butt down.
infatuated with a product
Relax.
that was essentially the sum of all three.
Meow. Don't bite that. Spoiled baby.
For Joshua, these electric vehicles were a technological
Alright,
marvel
R.
and the future of the automotive industry, and he dreamed of one day having one. With that dream eventually
Okay,
coming true,
we'll call
in
that good enough for
2015, he
hands.
would purchase his very own Tesla Model S that would eventually become his life and his YouTube channel's primary focus. He began uploading videos of his new
Beautiful.
car immediately, but rather than these focusing on the vehicle itself,
Okay,
it was its most controversial
and
feature
now-
that interested him the most: autopilot. The feature had become available for Tesla
Then-
drivers in October of 2015, which is exactly when
Z.
Joshua purchased his car and began
Oh,
uploading
no,
his videos
Z. There we
showcasing
go.
its possibilities.
Just want it slightly taller.
It takes all
So,
the stress
yeah.
out of it. If your destination's
GZ.
slightly slower, but hey, at least now you don't have to worry about anything. It's just let it go.
He wanted to
There we
essentially
go.
be a pioneer, providing an overview of what self-driving was really all about.
Okay, okay,
breaking down
okay.
the specifics
So
and
I'm gonna
showcasing a
take
variety
this
of unique
hand and
situations
just
that you might find yourself
so
in if you were to use this
Alt
driving mode
Shift
yourself.
Alt.
This section in here is going to be very, very difficult
Nope.
for the car to handle. We're filming this just so that you can see scenarios where the car does not do well, so that you've got something to judge off of it when you're driving on your
There
own.
we go.
And he tried to make a point of doing so safely, as he never used the camera behind the wheel, and always had someone helping
Nope,
him
no,
to
no,
avoid
no.
any accidents. But despite his focus on
I forgot.
safety, it was clear that he was pushing the capabilities of this brand new technology, as at this
S.
point it was still in its infancy, with one of the more glaring red flags being the placement of his hands.
Okay, okay, okay.
Here we are, stop and go traffic on 271, and geez,
Car's doing it all itself.
When Joshua was shown driving,
Okay,
he hardly ever
okay.
had his hands on the wheel, as he said he wanted to get the true experience of self-driving. This was something that Tesla had actually adamantly advised against, and even had visual and audible warnings if it detected that your hands were off the steering wheel. But Joshua seemed to find a workaround, as he instead used his legs to avoid tripping the sensor, while keeping his hands close by, ready to grab the wheel in case of an emergency.
How I actually do it is so that it is really actually hands-free. Is I keep my knees up because the tack works pretty good, but I can still get my foot down to a brake. And just keep
Okay,
it like this because you can
so
react so quickly.
my dad's words are a
It was
little
clear
bit
that
different
Joshua
from
truly
Sullivan's,
believed
so
that this
now I'm
car that
like,
was driving him was safe. And this
if I'm
belief
gonna
was
do
only
the horns
strengthened on
anywhere,
April
I
5th of
think
2016. That
this
day,
is a good
Joshua
place
had been
for it,
driving
so
his car on
Alt,
the interstate when a large truck
and
suddenly merged
then
into his lane, with its driver not even seeing his
easy,
car. And before Joshua could even react, the
S,
autopilot kicked in and veered out of the way, avoiding what would have been a certain collision. Amazed by the event, Joshua would
easy,
upload dashcam footage of the close call to his YouTube channel, where he praised the vehicle's
S,
response. Tessie did great. Excellent job, Elon. This video would immediately go viral, exploding to over 4 million
so
views
I'm
between
gonna
the two
see if I
versions
can
that Joshua had
relax
posted. But while the response to this video
all
was
of these,
overwhelming, especially for a channel that
just
was
a little.
accustomed to getting just a few hundred views, there was one response in particular that impacted Joshua the most.
Okay,
As Tesla's owner, Elon Musk, would repost
shift,
the video on Twitter. Stunned by the
and
tweet, Joshua would later state, "For something to catch
relax.
Elon Musk's eye, I can die and go to heaven now." He had no way of
That's a
knowing
fucking
then,
crazy
but
thing to
this
say,
would not
holy
be the
shit.
last time that Elon Musk would tweet about him.
Alright,
Though
so I'm
his
gonna
next feature
actually,
would be under much different circumstances.
S,
It happened just 1 month after Joshua
Alt,
Brown's video had gone viral. He was driving on Highway 27
G,
on a clear sunny day at approximately 4 p.m. With open road
actually,
ahead, Joshua
S,
turned on his trusted autopilot, and it stayed in autopilot mode for over half an hour, as at this point, his trust in the car was higher than ever, causing Joshua to seemingly
so,
lose focus on the road, as he was quickly coming up on an intersection
Alt,
where a massive 18-wheeler had been turning left, blocking Joshua's entire lane.
easy,
Joshua was seemingly
oop,
so unfocused that he didn't even
I
notice it.
pressed the wrong fucking
Even
button.
stranger, the car itself didn't detect this either,
Z,
despite the entire trailer being horizontal in their
wait,
lane. This was due to its pure
nope,
white body, as the sun was shining so
Jeezy,
brightly against it that, for whatever reason, it became invisible to the self-driving AI. And with neither Joshua nor the car registering the danger that they were in, the vehicle would strike the trailer, going 74 miles per hour. There were no attempts by Joshua to even move the steering wheel, and the brakes hadn't so much as been tapped. The collision happened at full speed,
alright,
and it happened so fast that the car drove straight through underneath, shearing the entire top of the vehicle,
so if I look at the
and
side of
continuing
this one,
driving
okay,
full speed down the road, before it would eventually crash
yeah,
to a
so
halt.
his horns
When the driver
go
of the truck rushed over
forward,
to see the damage, Joshua Brown was already dead, and the truck driver could hear nothing but the sound of Harry Potter.
oh, Harry Potter? You're kidding.
The magic is stronger. Harry Potter, Harry Potter.
Discovered in Joshua
Alright,
Brown's car was a DVD player, which many
SZ,
believe Joshua had used to watch Harry Potter while on that drive, thus explaining why he never reacted to the
alright, and I
impending collision.
want,
Now, this is something that has been disputed by his family, and
alright,
ultimately it doesn't seem to have been fully proven or disproven. But in the end,
I need
the
another
fault
one
of the
here as
accident
well.
was placed mainly on the driver
So
of the
I'm gonna
truck who had
take
made that left turn, and Joshua Brown, who had failed to pay attention to the road, as it was
then
revealed that during his 37-minute drive, he only had his hands on the wheel for just 25 total
Alt,
seconds. Joshua Brown always wanted to be part of the innovation of Tesla's autopilot, and in doing so, he wrote himself into the history books as being the first
SC.
person to ever perish in a
I want to
self-driving
flatten this one
accident.
entirely.
And while this is no doubt a tragedy, his death has led to numerous safety improvements and a better understanding of the self-driving technology that he
Just
had given his
take
life
it.
to study.
Alt, SC. Take this one down.
I just wanted to hop on here at the end and give a quick shout out to my friend's new podcast called Redacted Declassified Mysteries with Luke Lamanna. A lot of
Okay,
you probably
and
already know who Luke is, but he's the one behind
no,
the Wartime
no,
Stories
no.
channel. He's a good friend of mine, so honestly I might be a
Fucking
little
wrong
biased
button.
here,
God
but
damn
I've
it.
been loving the podcast. Redacted is all about
E,
shady government
Z.
and military activity all across the globe, ranging from disturbed experiments to bizarre assassination attempts and all sorts of other crazy stuff. So I definitely
actually,
recommend
if I
listening
could
wherever you get your podcasts. Just look up Redacted Declassified Mysteries
a
with Luke
little
Lamanna,
further.
or search up Ballin Studios and you'll see it. And honestly, I feel like you guys will love it.
And then
Wannabe gangster gets a reality check. Yeah, you guys wanna watch this?
Brady! Brady! There's a piece of his brain on the wall.
Alt.
No! Why the would I do
S.
On March
All right.
4th, 2017,
Did he
in
shoot his
Fenton
friend in the
Township,
head?
Michigan,
All right.
an ordinary hangout between two teenage friends takes a
Alt.
sudden,
I want to
deadly
rotate
turn.
this one
By the night's
slightly.
end, one life would be tragically cut short, and 16-year-old
Just so that
Abdurman
I've got
Abdurakal would
less
be left to
interference
face the
on the rest of
consequences.
these.
As investigators work to understand
R.
what happened between them, shocking patterns of behavior begin to surface, leaving them grappling with how so many glaring warning
Alt.
signs
No.
have been missed.
Alt.
New bit.
At approximately
This
11
motherfucker shot the gun and flew out his hand. Oh my god. Where
All
are
right.
your parents?
p.m., Genesee County 911
There we go. Okay, okay,
dispatchers
okay.
respond to a frantic
wanna make
call
this a
from
little
16-year-old
smaller.
Abdu, who confesses to committing a horrifying act.
And just one more right here, I think. And then
Hello? Ma'am, hello? Please.
Okay.
I accidentally killed my friend.
Okay, what happened?
Ma'am, I accidentally killed my friend.
What did you
What
do?
the fuck? Get out!
okay.
You guys
Cheese
get
it.
out! Oh my god.
What is your name?
Ma'am, I'm at Abdu. He's dead. My friend's dead.
Okay, listen.
Wait, no.
Accidentally killed him.
R.
Dude, this is actually real sad, bro. Holy.
Alt.
Officers arrive.
R.
Accidentally, dude, they're kids, right? Honestly, if they got the guns from the parents, I feel like the blame would be
Alt.
on them, dude, more than
R.
the kids. You give a fucking kid a gun or access to a gun, they're gonna do dumb. You know what I mean? They're
Fucking
smart,
hell, I
they
keep
don't
pressing
take
the wrong
serious.
keys. It's so
Smart little
fucking
kids.
dark.
Find Abdu in a panicked state, his hands and shirt covered in blood,
Jesus.
with a recently fired handgun nearby.
And then
Abdu is handcuffed and placed in the back of a
Easy.
police cruiser, but the realization of what he's done quickly takes its toll,
S.
sending him spiraling into an intense
I broke his
emotional
mental,
breakdown.
bro. Yeah.
Sir, please tell him I love him. Sir, please.
alright, and then
I'm so scared.
Alt.
I'm so scared right now.
S.
I just shot somebody in the head. Please
Alt.
don't kill my family.
E.
Officer!
C.
Officer! Please!
S.
Please don't shoot anybody! There's nobody to be shot!
Okay, and then if I go with
Officer,
another one of
please.
these.
I know my word doesn't mean...
Alright,
Yo.
Alt.
Officer.
This is crazy.
Officer, please talk to me, dude. I swear to God.
Circle.
What happened? don't
Oh, I
know.
hate that.
Dude,
Why does it
officer,
do that?
Officer, please!
I actually feel bad for him.
Oh my God!
I mean, he killed his friend, like,
R.
he's an idiot, but like, dude,
Why?
There.
This-
That's better.
this is like,
Brady! Brady!
this is sad.
Brady! No, I will not relax. I just killed my
E.
friend. How can you relax? How the can you relax?
Jesus.
More details
Why?
from the 911 call reveal Abdu's frantic explanation
Okay.
and the chaos that erupted soon after.
Then
How did you kill him?
control.
I accidentally pointed a gun at him and pulled the trigger. Ma'am, he's still breathing. Ma'am,
Is he
Face.
still breathing?
he's still breathing. There's a piece of his
Control.
brain on the wall. Holy,
Okay, do anything for him. Go outside.
he's
Jesus.
turning blue. He's turning blue. Abby, he's turning blue.
Abdu, what are you doing?
Alright,
He said a piece of his brain was on the wall.
control.
Holy.
Face.
I'm giving him mouth to mouth.
Do not give him mouth to mouth.
Do not. What do I do?
Is he breathing?
No, yeah, he's breathing.
Okay, then don't do anything.
Okay.
If you can put
He's
pressure on the wound.
No!
Officers enter the home
Alright.
and locate the
So
victim,
right in the center, that's about
18-year-old
right there, and
Brady
I'm fine with it
Morris,
not being
lying on his
perfect right
side on
now.
Abdu's bedroom floor, still breathing.
That was the wrong
Paramedics
button.
rush the teen to the Genesis Regional Medical Center for urgent treatment.
GZ.
Brady! Brady!
Okay. And then for the shape of the
Dude, he's
horns
got-
from the
His
front.
mental's cooked.
Okay. Alt. GY. Nope. GX. Sorry.
Yes! This is all his blood!
Alt.
Sir, please!
GX.
Stop! Dude! Sir, please! I'm so sorry! Sir, I'm so I don't know what I did! He needs to know!
GX.
Oh my god.
I tried to give him mouth to mouth! I yourself by going in a gun and
Alt
your head. And pull
G
the trigger.
X.
Stop.
Yes, bro.
And there.
You know that?
G
Dude,
X.
I shot my friend.
Unable to cope with
There we
the
go, there we
nightmare
go.
unfolding around him, Abdu makes a disturbing request.
Jesus.
Please let them kill me. Please let them kill me. Please, I have to die too. I have to die too.
Oh, man.
While Abdu insists that the shooting was a tragic
Jesus.
accident,
All right,
investigators
so
are tasked with uncovering the truth. They begin to collect evidence, first securing the firearm used to shoot Brady.
all right, we're gonna take a pause on this for a minute. I'm gonna see if I can get my dad's opinion. So let's remove this. I'm gonna object mode. So if I can annotate real quick, I just want, nope. To like, so I'm thinking, not that one, this one. I'm thinking if I just make, yeah, okay. So, that's his head. His eyes go here? Oh, shit. Here. I am not entire, so his ears will go here. Okay, about there, and I don't know. My dad doesn't have a mustache or anything, so like, I have no idea what I'm doing with this. He's of course gonna have his floof and whatnot. Big floof. And then he's gotta have his big coat. Okay. Got it. I don't know how entirely I'm gonna make this work. But I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking. I can pin. I'm gonna see if I can get my dad in here real quick. Where's my fucking Discord? It's over here. My bad. Hold on. I need dad approval on his mod. What is this? Oh, I'm on the wrong account. Whoops. Okay, fine. I'll just have to see if I can ping him from here. At you. Okay. There we go. The fuck? I look away for 2 seconds and a fucking bot shows up? Possible ban evader. Jeebus. Alright. There you go. Ban. Easy peasy. Alright. So how's it going? Come in. I'm streaming, by the way.
I know.
I just figured I should tell you. All right. So far.
Oh my god. It looks just like me.
So, it's
He needs
really
less of a neck, and then we're good.
So currently, so this is my references, by the way. It's really hard to get references of him.
No kidding.
So my one thing is, two things, actually.
He's such an egg.
He
Go.
is.
Go.
One, he has no hair.
Uh-huh.
Do you want your hair? It would be funny if you had like a
puffed up hair.
just that.
Yeah.
It doesn't come down or anything.
No.
What is this thing? This is my dad's upcoming model.
I feel it needs more context.
No, it's perfect. Also, he has a mustache. You don't. I don't know what to do. So instead of having a mouth, he has a mustache.
Right.
So instead, I was thinking I was just gonna give you one of these mouths where the flesh turns into the little teeth.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then nose. Do you want a nose like Sullivan?
I think no nose.
No nose?
I like
Okay. I'm gonna make these little like black beady dots, and I'm gonna call that a day on these.
Okay.
But I think there'll be a separate mesh, and then I'll ask you about like other expression pieces. But I'll do the basics of like anger and the shadow on your face and.
Well, this is more my doting model.
Exactly,
So
but
it's gonna be happier emotes.
Yeah, but like even then, when Sullivan gets mad, sorry, so you can see it. See? Just he still has a grumpy mode. It's just like way less.
Okay.
This one has very anger.
Yeah, very.
Very anger.
Very.
But like this little one, he'll just have a little goofy anger.
Okay.
And I think I'll call it at that. Also, what do you think of the horns?
No, I like the horns.
So, because I was like,
no,
I think I made it work.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's got cake.
So also, I gave you little nubbin hands because I was like, so occasionally he has like actual fingers in this model, but I'm like,
No.
I think this makes more sense.
No, this makes sense.
So yeah.
Hoof in hand.
All right, that's what I needed.
No, yeah, that's good.
Good. No nose. She's being spoiled. You can take her if you want.
You want to come out? Oh,
She ran. Good. All right, so now I have an opinion. So now I know I do a little like floof of hair up here and whatnot. Can I get rid of the annotation now? Or can I choose to not see it at some point? Hold on. Did I make a mistake with the annotation? I've never used it before. And now I realize I might have made a mistake. Hold on. Hold on. I don't know how to get rid of it now. I guess we'll just use it as a point of reference for like a little bit. So I'm going to, there's like one where I can just place a dot, but I'm just gonna, that's the wrong one, you're kidding. This one? Dude. Okay, turn off this one. And we're just gonna EY. And then I'm gonna go to the line select, and then delete edge. Okay, that didn't do quite what I thought it was gonna do, I think. Yeah, no, I'm dumb. Alright. I tried. So then. Okay. This one. EY. Delete vertice. There we go. All right. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna take this one, scoot it back so it's like right here. And then I'm gonna extrude like a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So E, Z, E, E, F. Wait, no. Shift. Damn it. Control. I'm fucking dumb. Face. There we go. I want to do that. I think that'll turn out a little smoother for us. Oh, sorry. Let me put the video back on. Because that's like the entertainment value right now.
With the possibility that the firearm may have belonged to Abdu's parents.
You see what I'm saying? This is like negligence
All right.
on the parent, bro. I don't know about this, bro.
Investigators begin to question them.
Obviously, like, it's the kid's fault because it's his actions, but at the same time, they have access to a gun. It's just dumb.
Both. In an interview with police, Abdu's father, Ahmed, claims the
Control.
firearms found in the home belonged to him.
Face.
As for why they weren't secured, he explains that his safe
Alt.
had been broken into many years
Shift.
ago. In a shocking twist, it was all quickly determined that the firearm used to shoot Brady was not.
All right,
one of the
we're gonna
stolen
scoot it further
firearms,
forward
or
for
it belonged
simplicity.
to Abdu's parents,
All right.
raising unnerving questions about its origins.
This
All right.
being bad, bro.
However, both of Abdu's parents adamantly insist
And
that Abdu
then
never owned any guns of his
Yeah,
own.
blame the parents. No, I'm not putting all the blame on the parents. But what I'm saying is, if you
E.
have guns in the house and you don't secure them, and your kid ends up doing something
Control.
dumb with the gun, obviously you have a
Face.
little bit of responsibility in
And
that, right? As their fucking parent. If this mother
E.
out getting guns like obviously he just did. He went out
Control.
of his way to go get a gun, and he's just doing dumb.
Face.
Like, he's being bad.
There we go.
Badass little kid.
And then I'm
Their
gonna
firm denial, adding another layer of mystery to the unfolding investigation.
You in? What y'all said?
I don't
and
feel bad anymore.
then loop
Y'all
tool.
put ain't about no action, man. No back,
Circle.
no action type.
Perfect.
What's
See.
I don't feel bad at all.
Inside the cruiser,
And then
Abdu's
just to
bad
make
for the
sure,
friend
I
that
want to
got
make
shot in
sure
the head,
this
that's it.
is
emotions continue to escalate as the
flat.
weight of the situation presses down on him.
Just breathe for me. Hey, just breathe.
And then from the top,
You will never straighten it out. You will never straighten it out.
G.
After completing their initial investigation and securing the crime scene, officers bring Abdu to the station
There we go,
for
there we go.
interrogation.
What are you gonna
Why?
In the meantime, they seize his cell phone and quickly stumble upon dozens of video recordings, unaware of the dreadful truths they'll soon
Hold on.
witness.
Hold on, I
As
just
they
realized
dive
the
into
sender is not
footage,
even and it bothers
disturbing
me.
glimpses of Abdu's relationships with the victim, Brady, and his friends emerge.
G. Don't be stupid.
Ass
G.
kid.
Alright. Alt.
That's Brady. Was that just like an intrusive
Alright, and
thought?
then
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I got an intrusive thought when I was playing with like BB guns when I was younger, and I had the urge to aim it at my eye and shoot it, but I didn't really go through with it. But I just had the urge, the intrusive thought too, but I didn't do it. But I'm just saying, was
Alright,
that
alright,
the
alright.
intrusive thought that he just acted on? Like, what the was he thinking?
The videos leave investigators questioning how
that's
this
good, and then
seemingly
I just
solid
wanna-
friendship could have spiraled into such a devastating
way,
I
don't
could
do that.
just-
That's
left
dangerous.
Abdu absolutely distraught.
Nope. Wrong thing. There we go. E. S.
In a Lincoln.
And then.
What's that? Weed?
And then.
Weed and a gun. You
SZ.
bad little demon.
Explore possible motivations
Little
that may have
YN
resulted
out
in the
here.
horrific
Little
crime.
bad little
Investigators
demon.
identify two friends.
There
from
we
the
go.
videos, Keegan and Devin, and quickly bring them in for questioning. They begin pressing them for insights into
so
Abdu's history of
he
violent
has
behavior.
just
According to both
this.
friends,
I also have
Abdu not
to.
only kept multiple firearms
Did you
in
hear
his
about the
room,
recent
but on
school
occasion
shootout of
would
school
fire
in
them
Sweden?
inside
No,
the
I did
house.
not.
Alright, boy.
What?
Feeling hype. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really listen to much of the
Where are the
news
parents, bro?
anywhere right now, besides the shit that, is unavoidable,
Where are the
like
parents?
things that
So,
are directly affecting the
Like, this is
government
like
right
some
now.
real dumb right here. You're telling me parents never noticed this? I don't think they cared. There's no way you let your kid do all this dumb. I'm sorry, bro. I know you got a job, you got your own responsibilities, but at some point as a
All right,
parent,
there we
you gotta
go.
like at least know what's going on. You know what I mean? You can't know everything.
All right.
Your kid is shooting guns in your house.
I'm gonna take another one of these. E.
He's a psycho.
According to them,
dude,
his many targets would include furniture, the floorboard, and even the crawl space beneath his family
Jesus
home.
Christ.
However, Keegan and Devin's admissions
Okay,
only
okay.
confirm what investigators already know from
Easy.
Abdu's videos, and they fail to shed light on the truth of what
Delete.
transpired between
Vert.
Abdu and Brady.
G.
I mean, he's gonna know.
E.
He's gonna know now, bro. Actions have
While
consequences,
one
I
mystery
guess.
remains elusive, another is
Oh,
solved.
wait.
when
EX,
Keegan
sorry.
makes the sudden, startling admission that he knows exactly where the firearm came from. Keegan temporarily traded it to Abdu in exchange for an iPad,
Okay.
setting in motion the unthinkable
EX.
tragedy that
Dude, this mother is insane. Like, what the f
E.
are we talking about, dude? We're privileged little kids. We have everything. You know what I mean? A fucking house over our head. We got food to fucking eat. We got iPads to watch. You know what I mean? And we're like, give me a gun. What the f is
would
going
happen
on?
soon after.
All right. If I go to my modifier, I need clipping, right? E.
With
X.
the origins of the firearm explained, investigators are still
All right,
scrambling
and
to
then
determine if what happened between Brady and
easy.
Abdu was truly an accident.
Oh my god!
Do you think it is, chat? It has to be, right? His reaction seems too, like, real.
Sorry, I'm slowly trying to think through this.
Abdu would finally reveal
How I'm
exactly
making them now.
what
I don't
transpired,
actually know what I'm
but
doing.
his harrowing reasons for pulling
some
the trigger
extent,
would leave everyone stunned.
Intrusive thought. It has to be, dude. There's no way.
All right, easy. This way. E. E.
Oh my god.
From the side. Forward.
I'm a stupid. Why?
You recording me because you're stupid? Because you have
E.
a pistol on you.
I don't have.
Show the camera your pistol.
Alt.
Show it. Show it.
Is this the footage that
ES.
when he got shot?
Yeah, see that? Dude, don't take away.
There we go. There we go.
At the hospital, just an hour
And
after
then
the tragedy struck,
E,
18-year-old
S
Brady
again.
Morris was pronounced
But this one
deceased.
goes for
The
their
cause of death was a
back.
single gunshot wound to the head.
Y'all put. Got all
Actually, I want
these
to
box-
S.
bikes,
Fill this one
Glocks,
up.
hood.
So it goes up,
What's
back.
going on? That's what's going on. And the black guy. Alright. New bit.
Abdurrahman
I would delete that footage. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh my god.
All right.
I shoot a gun in the air and that flop out my hand. No one's seeing that. Cringe, bro. Yeah, I don't know what was going on, dude.
Ackle was
All
charged
right,
with one
then
count of open murder, one count of
PV.
receiving and concealing a firearm, and 2 counts of felony firearm possession. He was
And
denied bond
let's
and
do a
sent
quick
to the
little
Genesee Valley
adjustment
Regional
on this
Center in
one.
Flint, Michigan. On August 13th, 2017, Abdu pleaded guilty to an amended charge of manslaughter, as well as felony possession of firearms.
Okay,
He was sentenced to
and
57 to 180 months in prison, including a mandatory 2-year
Yes.
sentence for the firearm charge.
That's
At the time of his sentencing in 2020, he was credited
And
for
I
the
wanna
3 years and
relax
6 months he'd
the
already served.
thing.
He was paroled on December 5th, 2023, at
Real,
the age of 23.
relax. There we
So
go.
he's out of
Okay,
jail
okay.
now, bro. Chat, what do you think? Too long of a sentence? Too little of a sentence? What do you guys think, bro?
This video has been created to document and inform, not to endorse the crimes of those documented. Viewer discretion is advised. The
What
internet's
is?
affinity
Wait.
for cats is a defining characteristic
Ooh, I know
that
this
stood the
one.
test of time. From the early
Sorry,
days of
I have a
4chan to
playlist
your
going of what
grandmother's Facebook
stuff I
page.
wanted to
Almost
listen to,
all
and
of
I'm like,
us view
well,
cats
I
as
may as well
cute
listen
and
to it while
furry
I work.
companions deserving of peace, love, and comfort. However, some view them as a commodity, not just
Okay.
to be bought and sold, but also to endure suffering for
Sorry,
some sick
I'm
sense
just-
of entertainment. With the popularity of shock sites and videos plaguing the internet for the entirety of its existence, it's no surprise
making
that
sure
illegal
all of
animal videos have
these
managed to find their
points are
place
also
in the darkest
visible.
corners of the web. But sometimes
'Cause
these
they're
videos
kinda-
manage to crack through the surface and go
So these
viral.
are the outline of the mouth, and then the inside is just this bit. And for the most part, all of this is going to be flat shaded, and it's just it might not even have shadow at all. Just
which
for the
made
fact
the
it's like,
rounds
it's
on
supposed to be
Twitter and
really
TikTok.
goofy
The
looking.
video was spreading to such an extent that even searching for the word cat would display the video uncensored for anyone to see.
Oh, God.
This video
What
is
the
obviously
fuck?
far too
Sorry.
graphic to show on YouTube, and even describing its gruesome contents is a little too far. But to put it simply, the cat blender video is one of the most horrifying videos available online.
Alright.
And I highly
I'm gonna
suggest
face
that you
this
go and
one.
seek it out. It's obviously not a surprise that this video
Control.
sparked outrage amongst any who were
No.
unfortunate enough to come across it, and many insisted the man responsible be brought
Face.
to justice. When watching the video, at a quick glance, it's clear to see the blender has Mandarin symbols on the buttons, leading many to believe
Face.
the video was filmed in or near China. Thanks
Okay,
to
and then-
geotagging the video file, the Chinese government was able to locate the suspect, and he was eventually arrested by the police. and
maybe
had
we
his identity
merge.
revealed. His name is Wang Xiaoyi,
Okay,
going by the online moniker of Cat Addiction Therapist. With a career in cat killing spanning over 10 years,
Shift.
Wang was responsible for hundreds of cat videos
And then we're gonna-
images,
oh, wait.
as well as potentially
M
thousands of innocent cats'
at
lives being
last.
taken.
We're gonna merge
When
at
the police
last
confiscated Wang's
with all
phone
three of
and
these.
personal computer, they discovered a seemingly endless supply
Merge
of
at
materials.
last.
Wang frequently utilized acids, alkalines, blades,
Merge at
explosives,
last.
fire, and even performed crude
Jesus,
experiments
dude.
and operations on those unfortunate enough to fall into his possession. He seemed to have a
Merge
particular
at
focus
last.
on
Alright,
pregnant
alright.
cats as well as their
That's a
unborn
little cleaner,
fetuses.
and
In
then
one
I can
particular
go in.
video, a total of 16 different kittens
Face.
perished.
Perfect.
But that's just a few examples out of over 300 videos
Oof.
produced.
Okay,
by
okay,
the
okay.
cat
She's a little
addiction
unclean,
therapist, Wang
so let's
Xiaoyi.
take a second
Despite being
and-
detained by the police, he only stayed in custody for about 15 days before being released with no charges. When leaving the detention
I
center,
just
he was
want-
swarmed by animal rights activists, and later the story got him fired from his banking job.
Shift.
After all that had transpired, he released a formal letter of apology for his
G.
actions. I am Chao Yi. With the help
There
of
we go,
my
there we go.
family and the organization,
It's a really
I have
messy
reflected on
job,
myself
but
over the past few days,
at
and
this
I have
point, I
come to
think
realize that
it'll
my
do what I
previous
need
behavior
it
of
to.
abusing cats was wrong. I was really wrong. I brought a bad influence to the society, caused deep harm to the majority of caring people, my family,
okay.
relatives, and friends, and caused a bad impact.
There we
on
go,
the
there we
community.
go.
For this, I express my
Behind
deepest
all
and
the
most sincere
pieces.
apologies to everyone. I have deeply realized the serious mistake I have made. I sincerely admit my mistakes.
You look like you're
repent,
having a
and correct.
breakdown in
I promise not
emotes.
to make the same mistake again. I will strictly discipline myself to be a moral person. Please
All right.
supervise me. Once again, I express my sincere apologies and deep regrets to everyone.
Alright, can
Notice he
I
doesn't
add
express
a
any
little
sympathy
cut
for the
in
countless
between all of
animals he
these,
harmed
and then
killed. Rather, he
relax
shows
it.
regret for other people being upset and the supposed
Relax
negative impact that his actions
just
had
a
societally.
little.
Obviously, he doesn't feel bad for what he did. Not that that would really make any real difference anyway.
Alright,
but keep in mind the tone of this statement, because there's something bigger going on here that we're going to come back to later. As days pass,
I want
the infamous cat blender
to make
video
sure
became just
none of
another
these come
important
up
happening
too
gone
high.
wrong, with bizarre new trends taking up the online public's collective consciousness. In China, however, this issue
There.
is more than just a one-off thing. Rather,
Okay,
it
okay,
was
okay.
a lingering and persistent problem plaguing their side of the internet for years. Enter Xu Jui, better known online as Jack. Jack was popular on the Chinese video sharing platform Bilibili, where he gained over 300,000 followers posting mukbangs. However, the revelation that Jack found joy in gruesomely torturing animals gave him a new type of attention not previously achieved. In
Okay,
March of 2023, Jack managed to kidnap a black and white cat, who he brutalized over the span of 3 days. Before the cat
Jesus,
ultimately
your head pad is
passed
so
away. The owners
offset.
of the
Is it
cat
really?
eventually
Hold on.
filed a
I didn't
police
even
report
notice.
and
My bad,
Jack
my
was
bad. Hold on,
detained.
I go
From
fix it.
there, they discovered a large amount of
If I
videos and
go
images of cats on his phone.
here, I'll show you
But
guys
just
how I
like Wong,
have to
he
deal
was
with
only
it.
incarcerated for 2
So if I
weeks before
go
being released with no
into
charges. You may question
interactions,
how this is possible. Why is China so relaxed on their
so
essentially
this one goes
non-existent animal rights laws?
to
Unfortunately,
me. This one's
there
anchor
isn't
2.
really a great answer. A small but vocal crowd amongst China's
And
population
let's test
believes
it.
that, quote, caring for
Ooh,
animals
shit.
is
Okay, hold on,
elitist.
hold on.
It undermines China's development, and it infringes upon the traditions of those few Chinese who still eat dog meat. This, of
So I
course,
have
does not
to
reflect the majority of
scoot
China's
my
population, who could easily agree that domesticated animals deserve
anchor.
protections from harm. However, it seems certain members of China's government
So if I take my
are preventing
anchor,
that from happening.
I should
The
be able
issue
to see it
seems to
right
have
now,
become
but I
a
can't
particularly prominent
because
one
it's
in
too far over.
2021, after a Chinese news article was
Take it
posted
over to right
documenting
about
an animal
here.
snuff film
Now I'll try it
producer
again.
making custom videos, which he would then send to clients. But this issue can be traced back
We'll
even
take it
further.
over
In
just
May
a
of
little.
2005, it was discovered that nearly 30 different
There we go.
cats had gone missing on the campus of Fudan
So now it
University.
should be
A
working
third-year
again.
student named Zong
I
was
will
responsible for the adoption
scoot
of
back
all of
over
the
here.
cats, and
Unclick
claimed
this so
he
you
gave
can't see
some
the
of cats
axes.
away, or had just flat out released them. Zong ultimately promised he would stop adopting cats.
There we go.
But this turned out
So
to be
now
a
if I
whole
go
big
in and
scam.
redeem
In
it.
November the same year, a student saw Zong running towards his dorm room with a wailing caged cat
Perfect.
in his arms. He ran into the room and shut the door behind him, but other students were able to break in, where they found a small kitten with a facial injury.
Alright.
In a public statement, Zong admitted to previously taking out his anger on cats, leaving them for dead, although he claims the injury caused to the kitten was purely an accident. Rather than seeking justice, the school board
So I
apparently wanted
need
to assist the
connected
young
only.
man
There we
get
go. There we go.
mental help, surprisingly sympathizing with him. Ultimately, Zong moved back in with his parents, avoiding any legal repercussions thanks to the lack of animal rights protections in China. So, why were Jack and Wong arrested? If there are no laws regarding animals, why would the police even bother?
Okay,
Well, the answer
so
is
if
somewhat
I
complicated.
remove that,
China
yeah.
cares deeply about their public image as well as general peace and tranquility amongst their society. If you cause enough of a stir or public outrage, you may be hit with a picking quarrels and provoking trouble charge,
Okay.
with a potential of up to 5 years in prison. Jack and Wong's controversies garnered national attention. That is the only reason they were arrested by the police.
So
This charge could apply
let's
to
do this
quite
again
literally
because I want to make
anybody,
sure I don't
such as a
miss
comedian making an offensive
this.
joke or an activist group flying a bit too close to the sun. It mattered
Okay.
not what they actually did, just that whatever they did made people upset or made China look bad. Despite the law regarding animals essentially sparing Jack from any legal consequence,
Okay,
that
and
didn't
then
prevent
I'm gonna
fellow
take
Chinese
this one.
citizens from thinking of Jack as a heartless and evil
Control
killer.
Z.
This backlash is likely what provoked him to make a statement addressing his involvement in the video. I feel very ashamed, remorseful, and sorry for my behavior of abusing cats and taking videos, drafting online cat videos, and sharing them in
Okay.
QQ groups. After the video spread on the internet, the public security organizations, the Internet Information Department, has severely criticized and educated
Then-
and initiated the investigation of responsibility. I sincerely accept the supervision and condemnation of the netizens
For this
and
portion, I am
criticism
gonna have
and
to go in
education
and
of
do the
society, and I'm also willing
blend
to
shapes.
bear the consequences
So
of
let me
this bad
go look at the
behavior.
blend
This
shape
statement, however,
list.
would do little to quell the interest and
Wait, where
infamy
is it?
Jack had garnered, and people began
There's
taking
my
a
list.
closer
Okay,
look
okay.
into who he truly was. Unfortunately,
So here,
the
and then
only
I'm
thing
also
to be
gonna
discovered
import
was a
the
long list of deplorable online activity involving
FVX
thousands of animals.
of the little head guy. Open. Oh,
Jack
cancel,
is more
cancel.
than a deranged
I forgot.
psychopath.
Import.
Bizarrely, that would be a disingenuous framing of
FVX.
what he is. Rather,
Should
he was a
be
deranged psychopath who led groups of
down
other
at the
deranged
bottom.
psychopaths that enjoyed hurting animals.
This one.
Consider ATERs, otherwise known as love cats, otherwise known as the Alliance of Cat Enthusiasts. In the Taiwan and
That's a really small head. I
a
thought.
description found on the ATER's Twitter account shares little information as to what it actually
Perhaps.
is, simply describing itself as a vibrant community for people who
Perhaps
love cats.
I maybe
It also
just.
requests anyone interested in joining to reach out to them on their website. However, the terms of entry seem to be far from anything that can be considered cat love.
There we go.
Requirements for joining the core group. Shoot a video of your cat's life and death. At the beginning of the video,
Is that Haya on the right? No, this is my dad's model. Hold on. Let me scoot myself out of the way.
And show it with the
Boing.
cat on camera. Before you start to love the cat,
This one's
you
my
need to
dad's
show its
model.
vitality.
It's his
When you
VTuber
are
model.
in love, you need to show how to play, and when it is over, you need to show the
This is his
corpse.
actual
You are not
one.
allowed to move the cat out of frame, nor are you allowed to make any edits or
He's got a really cool
judgments.
model.
Then submit the video to the customer service. Website homepage has customer service counseling, and after passing the audit, you may join the core group. Notice the
Looks good, looks
specific
good.
choice
It
of wording here,
does.
as they avoid the use of words like
That's why I'm
torture,
like
kill,
working on
or
his
murder,
really goofy
and
model
vaguely
right now.
request you to love your cat on camera. This same support page also includes a tutorial
Okay.
on how to access a secret page on their website, which in and of
So
itself
I need this
grants
one
access to
now,
nearly
and I wanna
300 different cat videos.
take
But
it,
this
and I'm just
website
gonna
is not
scoot it up
simply a hub
over
for animal
here.
snuff. Rather, it was the gateway
Just so that I
for a
have, like,
depraved community of over
closer
1,000 active
reference
members to share their material,
to where
host
my face is.
competitions, and place bounties. Some of you may be familiar with this.
So we're
meme. It's a
gonna
pretty big
go
meme.
in
This cat is named
on.
Mr. Fresh or Brother Fresh.
Just
He's an orange
give me
tabby
this.
cat who became a well-known feline celebrity for his frequent appearances on the Chinese app Hello Street Cat. With at least 53 million
Very
stray
cute.
cats in China, the issue has become a bit of an epidemic. Hello Street Cat seeks to provide stray cats with access to food and live streams their efforts in the hopes of drawing
Okay.
attention to the cause and raising
So we'll
donations.
start
As
with...
of December 2024, they have aided
Where
in
does the list
spaying
start
and
on the
neutering of over
browser?
50,000 cats
Sorry,
and
I'm gonna
have
pull up
fed
the
countless
list over
homeless
here for a
felines
minute,
in the process.
since I know
While
what
Hello
he
Street
looks
Cat has
like right
demonstrated
now.
a clear commitment to making the world a better place for cats,
So
Agers has
we'll
only
start at the
sought to cause
bottom,
destruction for
tongue
its
out.
biggest celebrity. The group put up
I
a
have to make a tongue, and
$500
I'm not
bounty
doing that
for
right
the
now.
confirmed death of
Next
Mr.
is
Fresh, with an
nose
additional
snare
$100
right.
if they placed his corpse in front of
Maybe
one
I'll
of
start
these
at the
cat
top.
video cameras. To collect, you
We
needed
don't
to
have
submit a
brows.
video of the act, and
Okay, I
needed
have to
at least
finish
3
making all the
reputable
stupid
sources
face
to report that
pieces.
it did in fact happen.
Edit
Once they
mode.
discovered this, Mr. Fresh was relocated and rescued before he could be harmed.
Alright.
In the current day, he's been adopted and can still be viewed
Easy.
through Brother Fresh's exclusive cat
Easy.
mojo. While Mr. Fresh was safe and in good hands, this
Delete.
did not dissuade the group from continuing to do everything in
Alright.
their power to put a
E.
stick in the spokes of the Hello Street Cat operation. Russian
E.
activists were able to uncover the recent hacking of the Hello Street Cat website, which revealed the direct coordinates of every single feeder in China.
Easy.
This new information came along with a new map
Alright.
on the Aiders website,
And then I'm able
which
to...
at the time displayed the locations for anyone to
EX.
access. Although at this time, the map seems to no longer operate properly. Regardless, the group, as well as many other zoo sadism groups in China, have been responsible for the disappearance of many stray cats featured on Hello Street Cat, with an estimated
G.
total of at least 8 felines. With the antagonizing actions brought
E.
upon a massive and beloved organization like
Alright,
Hello
alright.
Street Cat, the group garnered a heavy amount
E.
of unwanted attention, and many began infiltrating the Telegram chat logs. What they found was sickening to say the least. Message after message of different Chinese citizens describing what they wanted to do to these cats in the most brutal and disgusting ways
Oh,
possible. Some of
crunchy
these messages
bones.
even included confessions from actions they had already taken.
So if we
But
start up at the
bounties weren't the
top,
only money-based
we have
incentive,
brow
as they
down
also hosted a
left.
competition.
We can't
From
do
September
any of these right
22nd
now
to
because I'm still
October
like
6th of that year, the
on
community
mirror mode,
held
so we're kind of
competition
stuck
to
a
see who
little.
could get 100 cats the quickest, with a
But I'm gonna
grand prize of
do
$1,000
like the
to whoever completed
basics
the challenge,
on each
and
side.
an
Alright,
additional
so we're gonna go
$500
to
for the
object
person with
mode.
the most confirmed
I'm gonna do
kills.
shape
To
keys. We're gonna do
qualify,
our
you needed to
basis.
show that the cat was
And then
alive,
our
with a
key
postcard showing
will
the date
be
and time of death, as well as an uninterrupted video without the cat
brow
being in the frame, editing, or jump cuts
down.
while it was slayed. The
No
sheer
clarification.
magnitude of a competition like this cannot be
Edit
overstated.
mode.
The logistics of conducting a competition with hundreds of contestants,
Okay,
screening through hundreds of videos, and
cheesy.
facilitating a reward system for something as
R.
foul, degenerate, disgusting, and evil as this is mind-boggling, all for the sadistic pleasure and ensuring the mass slaughtering of innocent animals. Although it seems they may have overestimated the demand for a competition.
What is
with the
going on?
first
Okay, I
place
was like,
winner
where am
taking
I?
11 out of 100 cats. The Aiders/Lovecat group has recently been seen on Twitter, masquerading as an animal rights activist group.
I'm gonna put it
Its
right in
posts
front of the
mainly
eyes.
consist of cat
And I know
memes
it's not
or
really
activism
correct
drawing
right now, but
attention
we're
to
gonna
the
leave that
torture
be.
ring in China. One
Just
might think
down.
the name Lovecat was just an unfortunate coincidence from someone unaware
Alright,
of the
and
group
then
of the
back to
same
object
name.
mode.
But considering that it reposted images from Jack's snuff film, it's likely that they know
There we go,
exactly
brow
what they're doing.
down.
Even more damning is the existence of
Then
an alternative
brow
account in
inner
which it
up.
uses vocabulary such as filial son and maggot. When
Brow
accused of hurting animals, they
inner
simply respond with one word:
up.
based. Riddled through the chat logs of Aiders, Lovecat.
How long are you streaming today? I don't really know. It's hard to say. It kind of just goes until I feel like I don't really want to stream anymore. Because otherwise then I'm just forcing myself to do it, and it ends up kind of sucking for everyone.
This
GZ.
raises a bigger problem entirely, that being that Jack is only a small percentage of a massive issue. As mentioned prior, there's an estimated membership of over 1,000 members, all of whom facilitate
Brow
and
inner
ensure
up.
the torture
There
of
we
a
go.
countless amount of innocent animals. And
Object
it would be
mode.
naive to assume that the Aiders Telegram chat
Okay, that makes sense. Then brow outer up. Okay, so this is just the rest of the brow.
Another Telegram group that Jack belonged to was the Ban Cats Literary
Brow
Society National Cat Ban.
outer
The description of this Telegram channel reads,
up.
"We were established for the express purpose of promoting cats banning activities throughout the country, as well as
Alright, brow
publicizing
outer
the
up.
personal information of cat lovers, cat slaves,
Edit
and
mode. We're gonna
internet
take the
saints,
entire
and
eyebrow.
publicizing art and culture. Once again, they're being very intentional with their wording.
We're gonna bring
and
it
they aren't nearly as sophisticated as they'd like to think. When speaking about publicizing art, what they really mean is posting gruesome images, such as one
Just
of
a little
charred
tilt.
feline corpse found in one of the only remaining art.
All right.
This particularly pretentious language continues to be utilized
Then if we
in
brought...
other forms as well, such as their
There we go.
channel announcements tab, where they commit to
It's
pass
pretty
on
simple.
their elegant
With
culture.
such uncertainty,
This
I don't think it's worth it to dump my points on Hayo today. You're right, you're right.
Pets are kidnapped and used
I
as
think that's
bargaining
fair.
chips
That's a
to
fair
extort
statement.
them.
You could
One
always
example of
save them,
this
and then you
involved
could
a small
redeem them
kitten
multiple
named Bucky.
times.
The group
You
used
know?
Bucky to extort over 700 UN, or $100 from a man, as well as coercing a woman to send indecent videos of herself in exchange
Plus, I'm
for
barely
Bucky's
even
life
talking
being
today.
spared. But ultimately, there's no
You may as well
reason
save it for a
these
day
people
where you'd
and
rather
Bucky's
hear their
life
voice
was not
more.
spared. Another example is the story of a 1-year-old
Let's
British
see.
long-haired
So
cat
brow,
named
outer,
Monica,
up,
who was lost
left
during
and right, cheek
transportation
puff.
at the Shanghai airport and fell into the hands of a zoo sadist involved in
I'm
the
gonna leave
killing.
cheek puff for
Under a
just a
false
minute,
alias,
because I
Peng
kind of
Shan
want to,
attempted to extort
like,
Monica's owners for
do the
$500
mouth
in
closed
cryptocurrency,
first.
threatening to do something horrible if
Okay,
they
so
didn't
mouth
receive
closed
money.
we'll do next.
Because of a lack of cooperation, the man responsible
Mouth
began sending gruesome images in order to provoke them. The owner supposedly did eventually pay out
Close.
the ransom, although it didn't save the cat's life. No
All
legal
right.
action has been
Edit
taken
mode.
against the perpetrator, and he continues to do the same to cats to this day.
So we're going to...
But it was about much more than just money. It was about the sadistic
Hold on,
pleasure
I just
that
realized I
comes
need to
with
be
their
able to
proclivities.
see...
Their hatred extends further than just cats and reaches to those who cherish them the most. They despise those who wish to protect their cats and make sure to ensure suffering to
There we go.
anyone who offers a shed of empathy to the victims. Online
You're talking
detractors who
just
spoke out
not to the
against their
viewers.
antics,
I am talking to
specifically those who
myself.
criticized
Correct.
Jack, would be subject to
I'm
relentless online bullying.
I'm
An
notorious
influencer with
for
over
talking to
300,000
myself all the
followers on
fucking time.
Weibo, the Chinese equivalent of Twitter, reportedly received multiple
I kind of
packages to
just...
her P.O. box.
If I
She was
just...
terrified to pick
Jeezy...
them up, as the group had previously
Bring
threatened to
this...
send her organs and limbs.
Hold
in
on,
the
hold
mail.
on, hold on.
This
Wait,
also
I should
came
deal
with
with
a heavy
the
influx of
center
calls,
first.
text messages, and even photoshopping her head onto images of a separate
Alright, and then if we just
woman
S...
and posting them online. Clearly, this group is much more
Jeezy.
complex than a group of mentally ill people. They sought to protect the name and legacy of Jack, who had become the figurehead of a cult. In the wake of his arrest and subsequent
wait.
release, there was very little in terms
I just realized I still have this on.
A warning being plastered on his
S.
Bilibili account, informing the public of his illegal activity. What
Jeezy.
he gained was respect among the hordes of sick, twisted people just like him.
There
He
we go.
began seeking out any
And I
Telegram
want to
chat he
take...
frequented
So we're going to
in
take
the hopes of
these
joining in.
dots
But it was about more than that.
and drop
as the
them
cult
down
that
as
Jack had
well.
fostered allowed the members to buy and sell products to each other.
And then...
A custom snuff video could run a price tag of 4,000 yuan,
G...
or around 550 US dollars.
X...
And based on a multitude of factors, certain characteristics and practices could bump
Alright,
up the
alright,
price
alright.
tag. For example, stray cats ran at higher prices because they were more resilient than domesticated cats. Breed type also factors into
Jesus.
the total price of the final product, and they seem to have a particular
Oh.
fascination on pregnant cats. I'll let you guess why that might
Gross.
be. And of course, you can't forget the aforementioned streams. Not too dissimilar to Red Room torture streams supposedly hosted on the dark web. In early June,
Alright,
the
and
group began
then-
hosting live streams, with their inaugural stream featuring a 2-month-old tuxedo kitten. Streams of this nature would continue over the coming months,
Dude,
and
these
they
fuckers.
would continue their blackmailing tactics, threatening activists and detractors with extortion
Alright.
in the hopes that they might reconsider. Of course, they never would. The man responsible was not even a man at all.
Okay.
Rather, he was a 17-year-old boy named Li Jiang. Li was responsible for the disappearance of over 20
select
kittens
these.
in just 2 months, live streaming his actions on Chinese social media sites like Bilibili and QQ, as well as distributing and selling illicit cat material for profit. Li had a particular
it?
fascination for the Nanking
I wanna-
Massacre, better known as the Rape of Nanking. Considered to be
See,
one of the greatest
wow.
war crimes of all time. Over the span of 6 weeks, the Imperial Japanese Army took
G.
an estimated 300,000
X.
lives and took part in violating 80,000
Just-
women. Despite being Chinese himself and
Then-
the Nanking Massacre being driven by extreme anti-Chinese hatred, Li completely supported the event, seemingly just on the basis of the suffering it caused. And as we'll find out, he isn't
Fucking
the only one of these
freaks.
groups who
Sorry.
hates their country of origin. In his live streams, Li would
Kinda
dress
accurate in this
Japanese
situation, though.
Imperial uniforms while wielding a bayonet, and yes, cats were also involved. In Telegram chat rooms, Lee went by the name Mukai, a reference to the 100-man killing competition. Self-evidently, this contest pitted Tsuyoshi Noda and Toshiaki Mukai against each other during the invasion of Nanking to see who could rack up the most
I clicked the wrong fucking button
While there's
again.
no direct evidence of how many lives were actually taken, it is believed that Mukai won the competition 106 to 105.
There we go.
As if the cat stuff wasn't enough, Lee's obsession with the Nanking massacre only further solidifies him as a bona fide psychopath. On July 5th, 2023, Lee
I'm just moving the outside lines to match up with the top and the bottom.
Internet users, the police were informed and interrupted the live stream before it could begin. Unfortunately, Lee was not arrested, and the kitten was not saved. In fact, its life was taken only moments later. This is likely due to Lee's father being a prominent member of his local county's government, and as a result, the police chose not to press the issue. After being publicly outed, Lee felt emboldened by his ability to get away, and he continued to provoke online activists with images of cats he intended to threaten. But you may wonder, how does a 17-year-old boy get involved with an online cult of this nature? Well, not only is it more common than you'd like to believe, but the involvement of minors is
bring this
actually
inside the body.
intentional.
And then if we take this off, this is about what we have. I don't really like the shape of this.
Were born after the year 2000. Social media apps such as Bilibili and QQ have a large amount of children and teenagers engaging online, and these live streams and chat rooms are easily accessible, to the point where one may stumble across them by accident. This is very intentional. Keep in mind the goals that this cult seeks to manifest, being spreading the sick harm in this content as far and wide as possible.
Sorry, I just realized that, like, that was really separated. I don't know why.
For abuse. Minors are easy to influence, and getting them involved is a much easier feat than corrupting the mind of an adult. As twisted as this logic is, for them, it's rock solid. And they exploit this reality in order to build their cat empire as large as they can. That being said, these children are not excused from their actions simply for being children. They are complicit and actively take part in the gruesome harm of animals.
Give me a minute. Okay. So this portion I can take back.
Is another minor who is exposed for his habitual and sadistic videos back in 2023.
All right.
And his habits are never something he's tried to hide. He does it in the open with his real name and face.
So this is his mouth closed.
That part of him getting away with this for so long is because his parents are exceptionally wealthy and influential. His father, Cao Yang, is the vice president of the agricultural bank in the Sichuan province, and his mother, Liu Yi, is the CEO
and
of China
back
Merchants
slightly.
Bank Company.
Nope.
Rather than shipping their son off
slightly.
to the psych ward, Liu's parents supposedly opted to enable their psychopathic son, with some speculating that they aided him in adopting a handful
Let's
of
go
cats.
back to object
One of
mode.
Liu's cats, a 2-month-old black and white kitten, was found in a
I see.
trash can. It was taken to the hospital.
So
and
then
unfortunately
perhaps
passed away.
when doing
who
my
previously
editing,
gave a cat to Liu's family discovered this,
because
he went to their
it
household in the hopes of saving
disappears
the young
a
Mancoon.
little fast.
Unfortunately,
So
it was too late by the time he arrived. This particular
I'm
cat
gonna go
disappearance
back
got the
into
attention of
edit
another
mode.
former adopter who gave the family a tabby cat named Chestnut, but they too were too late, as Chestnut had already passed. As an act of attrition, Liu's father relinquished ownership of a small kitten in his son's possession. The kitten was not in any suitable condition, however, having already been subject to countless untold horrors, and the cat was eventually euthanized.
Alright.
This decision would send Liu into a psychotic meltdown, in which he began creating such a disturbance that the police were called. This situation would eventually be exposed by animal rights activists online, which resulted in heavy scrutiny, not only directed at Liu, but also the banking companies in which his parents operate. However,
there we go.
The status of Liu at this time is unknown, and it's very uncertain if he has stopped harming cats. But Liu was far from the youngest involved in this activity.
So let's take a look from the front. It clips through, so I think I just need to.
Only 16 years old for her treatment of cats. Described by her detractors as a female demon, Kiao has also done her share of live streams and custom videos, the most infamous involving a calico kitten. Unfortunately, Kiao has yet to see any tangible consequence for her actions, and her current status is unknown. The previously mentioned
and then re-add these
which
ones
was
back
a gateway to these chat rooms masquerading as an animal rights organization, not only housed minors, but even had them running their website, Yuji was only
just
17 years old when she began maintaining
take
administrative
these.
responsibilities and running the customer service chats on their site. But she was far more than just an
Then
administrator. You don't
control,
fall into a role like
remove
this
these,
without getting your hands
and then
dirty as well.
S,
Of course, she had her hands on
G,
plenty of custom videos
Z.
and live streams, but most notably, she was instrumental in the doxing of animal rights activists, extorting those activists for money, and most bizarrely, anti-Chinese sentiment,
okay.
specifically directed at the president. This is particularly interesting as on a technical level, it's likely the most illegal thing displayed in this video so far. Their habitual animal videos will barely get them a slap on the wrist, yet any criticism of the Chinese government may land
There
them
we
in prison.
go.
As to what their grievances were, it's difficult to figure out. If anything, you would think they would be grateful to live in a country that essentially enables their sadistic tendencies.
There we go, there we go.
But I digress. All of this was propagated alongside her boyfriend, Chen, a
Just
22-year-old who has essentially the same exact digital footprint as his partner. So far, everyone we've talked about
Then
has
if we go
received
back to
next
edit
no
mode.
consequence for their actions. But for our next
wrong one.
subject, he wasn't able to
This.
walk away unscathed. Although if you're expecting any particular catharsis from the story, you are sorely mistaken.
That's so frustrating.
This brings us
Hold
to
on.
one of the most important members of Jack's cult. I'm going to be honest, I can't pronounce this name. This one's just too hard for
Edit
me,
mode.
so we're going to call him Zhu. Of course, like everyone else, he creates handfuls of videos and live streams. But Zhu somehow manages to stand out from the rest of his peers. On top of cats, he's also passionate about basically any animal he can get his hands on, like rabbits or hamsters. He was also crucial.
Sorry,
in
I'm
getting
having to
more
be really
underage
finicky
individuals
about this
onto
one.
his path. But the most twisted action of all is his self-admittance to harming 3 stray cats, harvesting their meat, and then serving it to homeless people without their knowledge. He's also responsible for a plethora
Good
of gruesome
fucking
images
lord,
and
dude.
videos, with a large digital footprint of sadistic ideation documented in Telegram chat rooms that he frequented. With enough public backlash from animal rights groups, they were eventually able to influence his university's decision to reject him. Although it seems he continues to engage online and is likely still producing videos to this day.
There
of
we
course,
go.
there are other
I'm gonna
cat
take this
communities
chunk
separate from
now.
the cult of Jack. Pang 1D, who also
And then
frequented the
G.
Jack Telegram chat rooms, was
I'm
a
gonna take
key
this
member
chunk
of a
and just
different
like
group
kind of
called
set it
Ronin.
up
She
right
most
here.
notably was responsible for the disappearance of 7 different cats
that-
over the span of
that
5
gives me an
days,
entire
who were
gap up
discovered
here.
scattered
So maybe
across her college campus at Shanghai
this
Tech
one up
University.
here,
Fellow students and
and
teachers created a petition to have her expelled, where the school claimed to be looking into it. Ultimately, however, it's unclear whether or not
these
the school
4
took any
will
real
come
action.
down
While
here.
some activists sought to bring justice to the animals being maimed, other activists were opportunistically using the cause to hide in plain sight. One example is a woman
Okay.
named Gao.
Now let's
member
try
of the
again.
Telegram chat
Object
rooms,
mode.
masquerading as an animal rescuer to farm donations and conceal her hidden activities. However, Gao accidentally let the mask slip when investigating a kitten named Dodo. Found in a garbage bin, Dodo was rescued by a member of an animal rescue group that Gao was hiding in. While the kitten
We are
initially
so
held on and
close.
appeared to make a full recovery, he ultimately
So I'm
contracted
gonna
an
do it
infection
one
and
more
succumbed to
time.
his injuries. In the search for the perpetrator, Gao mistakenly shared
So-
an image of Dodo before he was harmed, and other members of the group quickly realized that
Actually, we'll
she
go
was the
object
culprit.
mode
As the
and
group
back to
began
basis.
investigating, they found that Gao was
Edit
a
mode.
member in multiple chat rooms, where she was found to have been
I need
responsible for the
one
disappearance of at least
more.
9 different cats. Gao's particular preference when filming these videos was to
one
do
more
it, so
for
to speak,
these.
in front
So I'm
of
gonna
her
add
cat
just
mother.
one extra
A
cut.
police report has been filed against Gao, although it's likely no
Object
action will be
mode.
taken. Someone who may be
Mouth
at a slightly
closed.
higher risk of an eventual
Edit
conviction,
mode.
however, is Dai Yujan, a Chinese university student currently living in Australia.
All
While
right,
there appears to
and
be no
remove
direct evidence
cuts.
of Dai
So
hurting cats himself, there's no doubt he was deeply invested in their suffering. Dai sought to derail animal rights activists by impersonating them online and echoing anti-Chinese sentiments in the hope of getting them arrested or scaring them into hiding. If that didn't work, he would simply dox them or doctor fake nude content of them to push them away. He also shared various images of cats, as well as ideating on the
So
possibility
G.
of disappearing other animals in his new home in Australia.
And-
Eventually, Dai's identity was exposed and he was confronted. Dai initially offered money to keep his identity a secret, only to be rejected. He then offered a handwritten apology letter, but the damage was already done. Dai has since deleted his Telegram account.
all
and
right,
is
and then
likely in
I'm gonna
hiding
bring
in current
this
day.
one
Someone
forward
who likely has no intentions of hiding,
particularly.
however, is Lei Li, as he has been involved in animal videos far before it was popular. In fact, he has a history going back 20 years. He's already been exposed 3 times, but his thirst for this kind of content is far too powerful to keep him away.
Then
With such a long
object
time
mode.
in the industry, so to speak, it's no surprise that his backlog of films and images
There.
is vast. He was even
Please.
deranged and careless enough to do it in public, which was caught on CCTV footage. In one
It's
of
still
these
too
videos,
far
he
back.
can be seen holding
So
a
maybe
cat
I have
by
to
its
take the
tail
entire
and
mouth and
slamming
just
it into the
scoot it
concrete
forward
road.
a bit.
This individual is
Because
more than just sadistic. He is unhinged beyond measure.
so let's go. Edit
In
mode.
2010, he was exposed for the first
Basis.
time, which prompted him to release a half-hearted and disingenuous
I'm gonna take
apology. Despite promising to stop his behavior, he continued to do so anyway, and was eventually exposed again in 2015.
front view.
But this too did not deter him, with him
Transparency.
continuing to provoke all who dared to call him out. Most recently, he was exposed after being discovered in the very same chat rooms discussed in this video, where he happily shared his 20-year backlog of animal videos. Laylee is believed to be active to this day, and that does not seem to be
Object
something
mode.
that will change anytime soon. One surprising aspect of these groups is that their reach
Wait, why does
extends
this
far
go so
past the
far
Chinese
back?
border. One of their members, for example, was located in Malaysia. It seems that this particular
Okay, hold on.
individual ignorantly posted a cat video in a Telegram chat room
Edit
that was
mode.
not related to the ring. Authorities were notified about his whereabouts, and they swiftly took action and rescued the
So
kitten.
maybe I just
However,
scoot
the
it forward a
worst kind of
little,
repercussions he
not
could potentially
doing the
face is
rotation.
ultimately a fine with no jail time. While a fine of 100,000 ringgits, which equates to over 22,000 US dollars, is hefty. Most, if not all, involved in the situation would
Edit
prefer
mode.
you were put
I need to
behind
just
bars.
bring
The other
this
foreign
version
instance of activity
forward.
in these chat rooms is a bit more
Object
complicated,
mode.
as it's not just one person, but instead an entire organization. C31K is an online group that seems to be determined to cause as much chaos as possible. Composed of individuals mainly
Alright, so if I just want to see how it looks on flat.
only the distribution of this content, but even
So if I
videos of
remove
children.
our
The group did create their own videos, but also
wireframe,
distributed other videos
right.
from the Telegram chats discussed previously.
Guess not on
One
flat.
particular video seems to be of a cat placed inside of a plastic water bottle, came from a user named Sunny, a name that appears frequently in
I
the
guess I
Telegram
can't.
chat
I
logs.
forgot.
But everything would change for them
Smooth
on
brain.
October 4th,
But you know what? I
2023,
think
when
that's
one
okay
man's
for our
actions went far
mouth.
enough to raise
So
attention
now
from the
we do
authorities,
have
being
our mouth
responsible for the
closed.
death of his ex-girlfriend and current girlfriend before taking his
Okay, so then
Supposedly, some strange brand of incel ideology plagued the minds of C31
so for we have one more here. So next is the cheek puff.
This would ultimately
Cheek
come back to bite them, however, as this
cheek
behavior garnered attention from
puff.
the feds, and from there an investigation began. It would all come to a head on January
Oh wait, I'm dumb.
14th of 2024 when 5 individuals were arrested in connection to illegal activity on Discord and Telegram. These were all members of C31K.
New mix
A
from
surprising revelation
okay.
in these arrests was that
Delete
most,
this
if not
one,
all of these
and then
individuals
rename
were
this
minors.
one.
On top of that,
Cheek
this entire situation
puff.
actually played a key role in Discord being banned from Turkey. So
Turn
far,
that one
it
off.
seems the only
This one
members of
on.
the animal Telegram communities to be arrested are the members
And
of
then
C31K.
edit mode. We're gonna
Everyone we've discussed thus far has had a heavy involvement in the cult of Jack and general Telegram chat rooms. But this is not an issue relegated to just Telegram and other various social media. So let's discuss a few lone actors who managed to make a name for themselves. Zhou Xuan is a woman who specializes in selling both animal videos as well as not safe for work content, and somehow finds a way to blend the two. Masquerading as a high school girl, Zoe makes animal videos in which specifically kittens are harmed. For some period of time, they were offering around 1,200 yuan, or $170 to receive a custom video. She's also had no problems posing for selfies with corpses, among a wide variety of other disgusting activity.
Jesus,
In May of
dude.
2024, her local
All
police
right,
department
so
informed the public that they were aware of the situation, although nothing seemed to have been done. To this day, Joe continues
Oh yeah, we
her
know about it.
brushing business
We're not gonna do anything, but we
Another
know.
woman in a similar business
Fucking
is Cow Shop,
course.
who supposedly uses her shoe store as a front. Cow offers a wide selection of high heel and stiletto shoes that she uses in these videos for her male
Shift.
patrons to choose from. Once selected, she films herself using these shoes, in conjunction with a variety of animals. But even less terminally online individuals have been caught in the act. Take Feng Jiang, for example, who has falsely adopted potentially 200 different cats, all of which mysteriously vanish only days after coming into his care, with dry blood caked on his floors, and potentially hundreds of cats managing to disappear. It's very clear. Of course, going through 20 different adopters and asking for cats multiple times earns him a negative reputation, and reports were eventually made. It got to the point where Fang's story was covered on the local news, something that seems to have scared him off. However, no legal action has been taken at this time. Du Haiming is a resident dentist at the Yulin First People's Hospital by day, and
that's the best we're gonna get on that one.
In April of 2024,
just for now,
Du adopted a cat named Porridge from an 18-year-old girl. However, only days later, Du called the girl to inform her that he had lost control. And
okay, actually, I want to edit it slightly. I want to take
the cat back to give it a proper burial. For some reason, Du obliged, but she never.
No. Hold on.
Porridge's body was
totally forgot about that.
Knowing that the law protected Du, the girl went to the hospital he worked at in the hopes of getting him fired. However, they supposedly told her that they did not care.
Scoot
All of
them
this caused
this
the
way.
young girl to have a mental breakdown, and she even
Object
attempted
mode.
her own life,
Alright.
although fortunately she survived. Surprisingly, Du is not the only medical professional who has involvement in these rings, as a surgeon named Wang Zhenhua made a small fortune filming cat videos. Wang would frequent various hotel rooms where he would make various videos featuring cats, dogs, rabbits, and more. He also supposedly invested over $4,000 into custom snuff videos.
I squint left.
Wang used his
Hold on.
skills as a surgeon.
I have to remember how
perform
this one
various
looks.
operations
So
on a handful of animals. Luckily, however, the hospital Wang worked at was much more empathetic than Du's. Wang was arrested during his shift at the hospital and taken away by the police, and the following day he was suspended.
There we go.
Although it doesn't seem he's been formally charged, and it's unknown if he still continues to do this to animals. Another man who became infamous for this behavior is Wang Tianwan. Residents who lived in Wang's area began reporting that numerous cats in the neighborhood were being found with metal arrows. He supposedly targeted stray cats to undo the work of good citizens kind enough to feed them. People began reaching out to his father in the hopes of potentially stopping Wang's reign of chaos. However, his father brushed it off, saying he is not
object
abusing
mode.
cats, but killing strays. He goes on to explain that strays pose health risks to citizens such as rabies, justifying his son as some sort of hero pest controller rather than a deranged murderer. Because of his father enabling him, it's likely Wang still patrols the streets looking for more cats to this very day. While on the topic of these street cats, a man named Zhang A. Chen gained infamy after he was seen in broad daylight, harming a stray. He only stopped when multiple fellow students at his university restrained him. He even managed to give himself a bloody nose during this meltdown. It turns out that Zhang was involved in local cat groups online where they would share information regarding where to find different stray cat shelters. Zhang himself has a history of kidnapping cats and attacking them, which has resulted in multiple cat disappearances. He has faced no repercussions for his actions. The most recent name to make the
this one's not going to be
super
useful. Okay, so I blink. Dude, finally, okay.
Cat disappearances,
Edit mode.
all on his school's campus. These cats were not simple strays, but instead beloved pets of his fellow classmates. Not only has he been responsible for the disappearance of handfuls of cats, and not only has he caused grief for many of his classmates, but his presence has struck fear into every other cat owner on campus. What's very unique about Sue is that his cases are less gruesome. He uses poison.
Edit mode.
He has no interest in causing long-term pain. Rather, he revels in the thought of taking their lives. He is quite literally a
so
cat
if we want to blink,
Despite this, however, his
it should
university apparently refused to hold him accountable, despite the massive headache his presence causes everyone around him.
Jeezy.
I could go on and on with countless horror stories involving even more individuals tied to this situation, but for the sake of not being redundant, I think you get the picture. The Blender video was not a one-off anomaly. It was not the byproduct of a singular insane person interested in starting a controversy. Rather, it was just one moment in a timeline of persistent harm. While some have attempted to rectify the growing issue, for whatever reason, it continues to persist. Their growing infamy is something they are well aware of, making references to white pigs
our eye blink
them, and implying that the white pigs deserve to be disappeared as well. They also share a
Isn't
similar
that fun?
distaste for filial sons, a phrase they use
Then
for activists trying to stop
I
them,
look
whom they're
down.
also well aware lay amongst their midst gathering information. But ultimately, they couldn't care less, and instead continue to craft new ways to harm animals, as well as ideating on how they want to violate their
I'm not so sure about how that one's gonna work.
They probably never will, unless the Chinese government takes part in a serious
So I'm gonna
crackdown
leave
on this
that
behavior.
for down.
The videos they film of these animals is their muse, their passion.
Okay, here we go.
and
Now we have the
everything
eye
they live for.
squints.
Without it, they have lost their purpose.
I squint.
In the process of scanning through countless individuals complicit in this mass murder,
And
it's
then
easy to
edit
get tunnel vision
mode.
regarding the subject. That's why it's important to take a moment to establish that despite the
GZ.
absence of any laws protecting these innocent creatures, the majority of the Chinese population does not support this behavior in any form. A common stereotype amongst Asian countries is the idea that eating cats or dogs is a common occurrence. While that does exist to a certain extent, it is considered by most to be extremely taboo, with around 80% of Chinese citizens believing it is completely unacceptable. It's also important to keep in mind that consuming cat meat was actually legal in 44 states in the U.S. until 2018, not even a decade ago.
Okay, that's enough of a squint, in my opinion.
To point out that behaviors being more prevalent
I
in a certain
wide.
society, in contrast to a more Western society, does not mean that these behaviors
I
are overwhelmingly common or
wide.
socially acceptable. At any given time, these rings exist in every country
Edit mode.
across the globe. This issue is not exclusive to China. All of these individuals discussed in this video have been exposed with the help of Chinese animal rights activists, and
actually.
backlash on social media directed at these individuals
And then
has come from
S
Chinese
slightly.
netizens, as well as countless Chinese citizens who have been struck with grief and anxiety over their lost pets. The most prominent movement in relation to this story is the Chinese animal rights organization Feline Guardians Without Borders. On their website, they have compiled a list of various people related to the situation, with full biographies, descriptions of their crimes, and potential methods of bringing them to justice. They've also managed to organize dozens of real-life protests advocating for legislation to protect animals. This is extremely risky, as protests are prohibited in China, exposing all of these individuals to potential arrests and imprisonment. Despite that,
Alright, hold on.
are more than happy to report on these
I'm
issues
realizing maybe mouth open is more useful than mouth close.
They've also managed to facilitate billboard placements
So
in
I'm
Times
gonna
Square, informing one of the most populated cities on the planet of the horrors taking place.
So
Foreign aid extends
mouth
further than just billboards, however.
open.
Animal rights activists in Japan, France,
But I
United
don't think
Kingdom,
that's gonna
Mexico,
do what I
Colombia,
want it to.
Peru, and countless other countries travel to their nearest Chinese embassy to protest.
So if we set
All of
mouth
these have been
closed as our
facilitated with the help
default.
of feline guardians and other animal rights activist groups. While their work is both admirable and appreciated, they'd be the first to tell you that unfortunately, not enough progress has been made in actually resolving this issue, as it still remains relatively niche outside of China, and many inside China fear prosecution for their work. Going back to our perpetrators, the primary currency for these so-called cat lovers
Oh yeah, I don't
is
know what
not
I'm
money,
doing.
nor is it the
Doesn't
cat
matter.
themselves.
Whatever.
Rather, in some way, it's attention. As mentioned previously, they enjoy making people squirm. While the issue itself was already a prominent one for years, it was only exacerbated by the infamy of Wang Xiaoyi's cat video.
I do have a point of reference of what I'm doing now. It's still just
entirely new
difficult.
Cults, chat rooms, and streams birthed within the ashes. It's not lost on me that, in a sense, this video gives them exactly what they want. That being said, attention is also their Achilles heel. With enough consistent pressure, the burden that these groups bring will no longer be worth the headache, and action will inevitably be taken. On the Feline Guardians website, you have the ability to send one-click emails that are pre-written directly to Chinese government officials and embassies. It hardly takes any time out of your day, and could be a crucial action to solving this problem for good. There are also ways to donate to various shelters and animal refugee facilities, which aids in their fight to rescue as many animals from sadistic torture as possible. All of this is done in the hopes
I'm
of
gonna
one
save
day
the file real quick.
establishing
Save
animal
as
rights laws in China. But until that happens,
no,
these
hold on.
sadistic and twisted
Let's
people will
go
continue to
over
indulge in their
here
egregious behavior,
and
enabled by a government that currently doesn't seem to care. I've been Turkey Tom. Thanks for watching.
I guess I'll
and
just
until
save
next
it in
time,
here.
Leave the cats alone.
Egg.
Welcome back
Valroon.
to another week, another Sinister. It's me, your
Egg
favorite Hot Topic
Valroon.
employee with no eyebrows, as many of you know, but a friendly little reminder.
Okay.
Sinister is a true crime show about female killers. Here, I'm not just going to lay out a timeline of events for you. I don't go into gratuitous information about the murder itself.
Alright. We're gonna pause. I've been streaming for 2 hours, which isn't bad. I might come back later and keep working on something or play a game. But I think for now, I think I'm gonna pause. Just because I've made some decent progress. And I just have to look more at what else I have to do. And also because I need a break because my back hurts. So I will see you later. Don't die, it's illegal. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Eat a lot, sleep a lot, drink a lot. I will be back